And we're live. Welcome back. Okay, so at the end of the last session, you gentlemen had just finished gathering the data and putting the information you needed into the system to to save your buddies, to make a valiant effort to rescue uh, Dane from the position you inherently put him into. During that valiant attempt, um, Crikey had a bit of an accident. It was an accident, it was intentional. He had a bit of a sacrifice, and his right arm is now kaput. He's got a bloody stump. Um, Gar, you've been shitting tadpoles. Something you ate, but you're just about over that. And we find ourselves picking up the action with the party getting back from its little adventure and finding that Kenny G has hired some construction people to add another level to the building. And a whole prefab has been dropped on top of the building, which has kind of changed the status a little bit here. Gar thought all those noises were just from his stomach as he makes his first exit from the bathroom since the
still
attempt.
does.
Yeah. So that's where we're gonna pick it up. Don't everybody jump at once. Good God.
Yeah, that guy that is in jail. We should definitely make sure we get him out of jail.
Oh, you don't have a character right now.
I don't.
That's You're the only one that had that it was okay for you not to not to chime in there. Everyone else
Well,
is
I'm
just being a
I'm
dick.
gonna walk out of the bathroom and just be like, "Woohoo! Do not go in there." No, I mean really, that's in a day or two before they die off, and then look around and realize no one's here.
They're all pulling into the garage.
Oh, okay, they made it.
Here's the token for you. Everybody else's token is on the garage.
Well, if I've walked out of there and realized that no one knows that I did that in there, I am not gonna tell them about the massacre in the bathroom.
Oh, we know where you were. We've been in there the whole time since we've been gone.
Been a rough. It's just a little. Whew.
Matter of fact, I think we get smelt in the garage over here. What the heck?
So, man, we gotta go. We gotta stomp on this guy's arm. We said we're gonna be there quick, right? So hop
Frankie, I
on.
told you to pack snacks.
I didn't chew on my arm because I needed snacks, mate. A dying Naga chewed my arm. And a grenade. You should have been there. It was fucking crazy.
That's a grenade chew on your arm.
I got a grenade. I pulled the pin. I shoved it in the dying Naga's mouth, and then it went off while it was still in my hand. But I got the dying Naga. Anyway, I need you to move out of my way, and I'm gonna go put some ointment on this thing. It's a bit itchy.
I wouldn't go in the bathroom.
Right, that's where the medicine cabinet is there.
I don't.
Maybe I can.
I don't know that you want to take an open wound in there.
Right. Well, maybe the mechanics workbench. Then I need some tools.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna help you out.
Right. I mean, we can't take much time trying to fix this. I know it's going to take a little while if I need a prosthetic or something like that. But I'm thinking I can take this here hook and maybe duct tape it on the end of it, and there, I'm now the Wookie the hookie.
You could
Right.
also put that on like a stick and make it a little bit stronger instead of just. You see that duct tape's gonna pull the wound back open. Hold on. Let's see if we
All
can
right.
make it a little bit better.
I'll hold still. You sit.
What if
Yeah.
instead of a hook, you use this vibro machete?
I don't want to be able to chop my own arm off. The other arm,
You,
by
you.
scratching
I
myself.
was gonna say you can't chop your arm off as it's already chopped off, but I guess you could chop the other arm off.
Right. I still need to also like wipe myself. So I'm thinking the hook might be a little bit better than a vibro machete.
What if we just duct tape your blaster, crossbow blaster?
I still need to be able to load it. I'm
Yeah, that's
thinking
what you
just
do with the other hand. You load it with the other hand.
right, temporary fix. We put this hook on. I'm gonna go get a cybernetic long time, I think. But right now, God, do you have any like pain medicine?
I'd like to point
Uh,
out that it's totally wrapped in bandages, but at this point it's dripping like all over the place. It's a rather recent wound.
You don't lick that off the floor there, mate. I'd appreciate it. But, this is it, I might need a doctor actually.
here you go. I jammed this in him. This should take the pain away.
That does in fact take the pain away. It's still bleeding.
Wait, I feel instantly a little better. But yeah, it's still leaking a little bit.
So I can't remember the robot's name, Kizik.
Cats.
So Katz is going to be like, my database says that needs to be cauterized.
Oh shit.
We got a mining laser.
Pull out my blaster pistol. Oh no, I got a flare gun.
You're
We never get to use the flare gun.
sitting right next to a workbench.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
anyway.
I pulled the flare gun out and loaded.
Nah, mate, there's a soldering iron right here.
Mhm. Yeah. So let's.
You guys never let me have any fun.
Hit me with that welding torch there, Hook.
He's got no pain. He's sitting still. Let's solder him up. I'm aiming for like an artery too to make sure he's gonna stop bleeding. Right.
Give me a 2 purple medicine check.
All right, but if this goes south, I'm going to shoot him with the flare gun.
That's what I get, mate, for not bringing you with me, really. Usually you're the one with stupid ideas, like sticking the grenade down the Dianaga's mouth.
Things were so bad I didn't even ask him if he was sure.
That's a ridiculous roll.
Yeah, it sure is. So, you realize that you've just been hit with an anesthetic. Like your lips are numb. And yet, the wrenching pain from your arm is incredible. It feels like the claws on the hand that isn't there being ripped out.
Oh no. Oh, shit. Look, it's like you're pulling me crawls out and I don't even have them anymore. You gotta stop doing
Hey,
that, mate.
I got a question.
I almost got it.
Chris, the gauntlet that I have that has the claws in it,
Yep.
it has cybernetic parts that make the claws work.
Yeah.
How hard would it be to stick it on his stump?
Harder than you guys can do, but something a doctor could rather easily do.
Right on. I got a present for him. I'm going to start putting fur on it.
Okay. In the meantime, Hookers takes a full hour to fully cauterize Crikey's wounds, and it takes 5 attempts. 5 excruciating attempts. Crikey now has like a trauma whenever like the welding torch on the workbench is activated. You're gonna have a trauma from that.
I'm going to use the flare gun.
He also manages to set some of Crikey's fur on fire, so that arm is now bald.
This room stinks, mate. Can't get away from it either.
Oh, that's because I farted.
I had a mate, Hook. He said he got a tattoo right on his foreskin, and he said that it hurt him. I'm pretty sure I got him beat. You made that an absolute catastrophe.
But you're alive, man. I never did
Right.
surgery before.
Well, I'm glad you're a mechanic and not a doctor.
I mean, I had to close all of those those oil valves. It's pretty solid.
I think he maybe did a little bit more damage than I already went under.
Meanwhile, ... So it's been about a couple of days since Dane has woken up as Argon in this prison complex. And at first, keeping a low profile, waiting for the work order to come in to move him, wasn't too difficult. And then his DNA shielding started to wear off. And at first, he thought, well, they'll just kick me out of prison, right? And then he found out that basically, if they find out you've broken into prison, they just kill you. So he's now got to hide from the guards and the inmates. So he's been using his connections with his, friends Yar and Rogan and Style Vester and all of his new little friends to try to keep him hidden from the various people. And what they've been doing is they've been like artificially hacking some of the DNA sensors to make it appear that Argon's still somewhere around the facility. At the end of the first day of doing that, someone was murdered. That was where in a shop that Argon was supposed to be in. They thought maybe it was a coincidence. People get shanked in prison. And by lunchtime the next day, someone else had been murdered where Argon was. And it started to become relevant that someone in this prison is trying to kill Argon. And you were the one who's believed to be him. You have now been informed, though, that at the end of the second day, you're going to be put on a work detail that's going to be leaving the facility where Argon is. Raccoon, that's you.
Yep. So I process all of the, clearly someone in this place wants me dead. Do I know which of the minions was setting the Argon DNA?
You and
which
your
is-
friends were doing it. It was rotated through.
Okay.
You're actually the main one doing it because you've got that little transponder in your arm that can.
Okay. And then I'm also getting. Did I go through and did I already go and check with the transponder and the actual message I was supposed to receive that I never actually got live 4 weeks ago or however long ago it was now?
Are you talking about? Did you get your briefing?
Yes.
You got basically the briefing you got from last time, but you've managed to put a few extra pieces together. Like when you were told by the guards, because they think you're Argon, that you were supposed to go on a work detail off site, you figured out that that's probably part of the plan. You're not 100% certain, but it's a solid guess.
Okay.
You don't think they would just leave you here because ultimately they'd figure out you are an Argon.
Yes. So I'm suspicious or I am aware that I should be going on this work detail and this work detail is part of the plan to get me out.
Yes, that is your assumption.
Okay. All right. So I guess am I able to huddle with my small-ish council?
Sure. We've got trying to remember who was who. Got Statham.
Statham, Stallone, and then I think these two guys were in the room and they were going off to find weak points in the fence.
I think these are your party members. I just can't remember who.
Yeah. All right, so Rogan Yar, Statham, Sylvester, Ralph, and Chet.
Oh. All right.
This last time, but I'm totally still vested in this time.
Your mic is still totally messed up.
Damn it.
Yeah. Like, all right, team. So if we're gonna get out of here, then you guys definitely need to be on this work detail that is calling for Argon. The fact that in the past 2 days people are getting murdered around where Argon has checked in means that there's probably going to be somebody trying to kill me on this work detail or kill Argon on this work detail. That being said, unless Chet and unless the two minions, Chet and Ralph, found found a weak point in the fence to try to get out, this is still the best option to get out of here. For all of the minions, do we have people ready to play each of their random minions? And was that my time?
That was your time.
Oh wow! I literally just gathered everybody and said, "All right, let's have a speech."
Well, let's have a minute for you all to at least make a decision before I transition this back, because your plan of action here will have a lot to do with how this plays out.
All right. So yes, is there anybody that actually wants to back out of this work detail, or is everybody trying to get into the work detail, knowing that there's a even higher likely chance of someone dying, including me?
I think we had Craven and Ghost playing Statham and Stallone, and I think we had Graybeard and Kizik playing the Lester brothers.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get out of here. That's why you put in. That's why you're brought in, so that you can get brackets out, right?
You stay pudding.
Yeah, there's going to be putting on this work detail.
I'm in. What?
There will be putting in the work detail.
So we gotta keep you safe. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you guys have to keep an extra eye because there's been 2 murders where Argon has been the last 2 days, and yes, clearly someone is trying to chase after me, or the fact that I'm the only human here. Someone is trying to prove that Argon has killed people. All right, so everybody's still in.
Yeah.
Keep the boss safe. Got it.
All right, thanks, guys. I think that's it.
Chet here is going to be like, well, that's a great idea, except, it's very high level. How are we accomplishing this? This is, keep the boss safe. That's the most idiotic plan I've ever heard in my life. How do we do that in a closed prison system?
Well, as with anything else, always watch your 6. Make sure you don't drop the soap.
God. Chet's like, I don't know, Ralph. I think we'd be better off on their own. These fuckers are dead. Like,
And seeing them, my plan is to be even more idiotic, to convince them that we have no idea what we're doing, to get them to leave, to make this party slightly smaller.
really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, you may have accomplished that. That may bite you in the ass later, but okay. That's you keep doing that, they'll be like, yeah, we're better off on our own. They're gonna wander off.
Yeah, boss. So that guy had like really good hearing. Why'd you scare him off?
He doesn't want to share the pudding with everybody.
Yeah.
But
It's a
you
good
didn't want the
plan.
guy that could hear, like maybe listen out for the guys that are trying to kill you.
I hear good.
Again, we all have ears here, and the people that are getting me out are not expecting to get 12 people out of here. They're expecting to only get 4 or 5. And I can let Stallone or Statham check to see if they realize that I was supposed to say 3 but said 4 or 5 instead.
I can't count too good.
Yeah, we can count, guys.
Yeah, so they're not expecting to break 12 people out of prison. They're expecting to break a smaller number out of prison.
Okay, so now that you have fewer people and the only trained combatants are gone, what is your plan to stay safe? And please don't give me cliches like watch your 6. Like as a metagame thing, what are you going to do over the course of the next at least a half day, if not day, before you have to board the transport for this work detail? And how are you getting everyone on the transport, including yourself, who, while you can transmit that DNA signature to a computer, doesn't actually have it anymore?
So the way I've been faking out computers will not work for the actual boarding of the transport.
Nope. Well, it'll work on the transport itself, but if there's any guards on board and they run a scanner over you, they're going to very quickly figure out that you're not Argon.
Yes. How can I make sure that I am on the work detail but not searched thoroughly?
I'm going to be honest with you. I only had one plan for you to do this, and you've already fucked it so royally that I don't know that there's a way you can actually do this. So just give me your best idea, and we'll roll with it.
Best idea for me to still be able to trick guards that I am in fact Argon.
Mhm.
Oh, I can help us.
Selkath has an idea.
Maybe we
Yeah,
mess up your face, make it
Yeah.
swell big,
I,
and
yeah,
you look
that-
like a different human.
Yeah, but he already looks like Argon. That's
Yeah,
not
might
that's
be
the
a-
problem.
It
Yeah,
might
no,
be a little rocky, but we'll hit you good.
No, you don't need to hit me. My face already looks like Argon. It's just the DNA is not Argon.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
Well,
guys
we-
are real big. Do you have a guard that's your favorite?
I don't really like the guards, man. They always want to put.
All right, so if they come close or trying to get to me, can you guys start a fight? That way, if they are trying to check us,
I mean, I guess we could start a fight with you, but I got to be honest. I don't think you're gonna do real well with us.
I think your best bet is maybe hitting the guards that come on the ship and take the ship.
Oh, wait.
We punch
Yeah,
them
that's a
good,
good plan. Yeah, we'll punch
Yeah.
them good.
but
So,
we should have
question.
used those other two guys. Those two guys back there, they knew how to fight real good.
I'm a little confused though. Like, I'm in with this plan, but like, how is punching Argon gonna get us on
Oh,
the ship?
not
Oh,
the guards on the ship. That's how we fight. We punch the guards on the ship.
Oh, so we're not punching Argon.
Right now.
Not right now. Later. Later. I like it.
if things get really hairy, then maybe. But no, the plan is to either punch the guards or punch other people that are boarding the ship to create a lot of chaos, so they don't take the time to look for who I actually am.
Okay. All I need at this point, now that you guys have a vague plan, is for Argon in quotation marks, Dane, to roll me a 2 purple perception check. All right. You sure did. You and the Lester brothers will see it coming when it happens. But for the time being, we're going to go with that plan you guys set. They're going to try to start a fight at the boarding ramp when the shuttle's boarding and then basically storm the shuttle and steal it. It's going to be fan-fucking-tastic.
Yar and Lester are definitely pilots.
Nope.
They were flying that other ship. They were pilots.
Oh, that's right. One of them was a pilot. Or maybe both of them are pilots. Okay.
Somebody's got to fly because Argon doesn't fly.
Well, so the two guys he dismissed are hackers, medical abilities, and had piloting skills.
Ah.
They were basically the two people that were going to bring all the skills the rest of the party didn't have to get out.
I love Zach.
Yes.
Oh man,
Also-
guys, my stomach is killing me. I am gonna have to go back into the bathroom.
Also, the transports hold like 12 people in the passenger area. You only have 5 or 6.
We went from 7 down to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got rid of the 2 custom characters we needed to get shit done.
It's hilarious because it was so arbitrary. I love it.
Yeah, the arbitrary. Hey, we need a smaller crew to break out.
Nobody ever said that.
No one said that.
No one said that.
I just wanted more pudding.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to the other group. We're gonna go ahead and reintroduce. I think it was Kyle you were playing last time.
This guy was Kyle. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Kyle. Is he still around somewhere? Where'd I put his token?
I still have his sheet on my.
Here we go. I got Kyle's token. Kyle the Slicer is totally still with you guys. This is gonna be fun, and he's we're we're gonna retcon that he's been hired to help with the extraction too. So what's the plan, gang?
I mean, you put the order in to get him to go out to the work order. We're gonna let the work order land, let the ship leave, and then we're gonna swoop in real fast and kill all the guards and save the guys.
All right. That's
So we've got the fast attack police vehicle, right? That's how we were gonna swoop in.
you guys.
You still have that?
You guys do still have that. If that's what you would like to use, that's at a landing area out in there. And I think you had said you were going to try to set it up for the area you've already cleared out of the Nexu fields.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys are going to go out to the Mauler tactical responder vehicle and start that up. Is that what we're doing?
I want to check it over, make sure it's still good to go. Is the plan for Kyle? Oh no, Kyle's new, but I mean, Kyle could dress up like a stormtrooper. So could Argon, right? Look
Yeah.
like Imperial guards, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle's a cyborg, but he's mostly human.
We also need a body, don't we, to like maim and disfigure.
Oh yeah, no, we got all that blood that we drew before he left. And we're still drawing. Hey, Argon, come here.
I mean Dane, right? No, Argon.
No, Argon. Argon's the one who's got to die.
I'm confused.
I mean, it's tough to keep around, but Argon's blood's got to be there. We need a bunch of mangled bodies, and we need the kitty cats to come eat them afterwards.
Yeah, Guy, you still got your Nexu? Kitty cat?
The next two is yours. I have a I have Bowser.
He's got a puppy dog too, right?
Yeah,
we
I have
got-
Bowser, and then I also have a hold on, I have a couple things.
Your cat was on the roof. Hopefully, they didn't squish him.
I got a Canuck and I got a Bogwing
The cat was not on the roof. The cat was in an alleyway, I thought.
in a cage. Yeah,
yeah, over here.
yeah. There's a lot of blood around that cage.
Jawas keep getting too close to it.
Fair.
There's little like brown cloaks everywhere.
Cat.
That's how you do it. I've been training my Bogwing to do things. Currently, I tell him to go shit on someone, and he goes up in the air and shits. Not on them, but you know, it's a process.
You've stopped him from swarming the lights every time they get turned on.
No, I haven't.
So Kenny G's like, what do you want me to do with this laser and this power droid? You want me to put this as storage? These drill bits too.
Yeah. Start looking for a buyer, maybe.
We want to hide them so that they're not tracked back to us.
Yeah,
Well,
yes.
if the Imperials knowing we did it, if you sell those things and then those people get caught with them, they'll be tracked back.
Then deep storage. Make
Yeah, you put 'em
sure.
in deep storage.
So like,
What if we need them later, though?
They're in deep. We can just go get them.
He's like, our storage room is over here. That's as deep as it gets. it's in deep storage, guys.
We'll get the smuggler to maybe make a secret compartment for stuff like that.
Yeah, if only we had a party member who specialized in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame we don't.
Look, thanks for the hook. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go check out the what is it, Mala?
Hey, you guys are gonna have to take a drive for that. So everybody load up. All right. Who's driving?
I got this. I'm driving.
No.
Look, you're down in arm.
No.
You're down in arm. It's my
Doesn't
turn.
matter. My piloting's still good.
I've been working out. I
You-
can
you-
drive better now.
You're missing an arm. By the rules, it increases the difficulty of every check that requires you to use an arm by 1.
Ouch.
Yep.
I'll drive.
Let
I'm a
Gar
better
drive.
pilot,
Gar loves driving.
and I'm good at it.
It's gonna go great, guys.
Yeah.
I got like 3 greens in piloting. I only wrecked it that one time. I told you guys I was going to do it, and you all were like, "It's a good idea. Let's do that."
He actually doesn't have to roll. So you guys get to the site in the middle of the woods where the tactical responder is. I don't have a map for it, but it's just a clearing in the middle of the woods right outside of town. Thing's still there, pretty much right where you left it. There's a big old hole out at the back, but most people looking from the front won't see it.
That's a
Right.
feature. That's for shooting.
It is a rear window you can shoot out of now.
Yeah, it's a feature.
Make sure all the lights work. Everything's cool. All right, so here's the plan. We know where the work detail is going to get dropped off. We're going to go pick them up, destroy all the Imperial guards that are there, and we should be good to go. As long as everybody inside the prison knows, roughly to get just on the, boat and brought over to the work detail like we planned.
Yeah. As long as they don't, try to storm it and take it and then fly somewhere
Yes.
that's not where they're supposed to be.
Right, that'd be a terrible idea.
If only
Right.
we'd given them a message saying that we were going to come save them, so they'd know to like lay low. And
Well, no. Well, you guys think that did happen. Hookers totally recorded that.
yeah, I'm aware.
It's a good message.
Right.
Okay.
So that's the plan.
I don't think any part of this should ever be referred to as a plan.
And as you guys continue to joke about that for a second, I got to take an early bio break.
This is a series of clusterfucks.
You weren't here with us 2 weeks ago when we couldn't even get through the door. I despaired 13 times.
That was a bad door.
Yeah.
That
It wasn't
door
even a
was-
door. It was just an
Oh, yeah.
opening.
It was. Do any of you guys want to dress up like Imperial guards? Maybe make
Yes.
this look a little bit more authentic?
I do.
I don't know if we need to.
I do. I want to do it.
How you can't look like an Imperial guard.
You didn't say. See, now you're being racist because you said,
not-
"Did anybody want to dress up like a guard?" And now you're like, "You can't do it, guard, because you don't look human."
No. Hugh Hefner hires bunnies, right? It's not racist. You don't fit the profile.
One, who
You're
is Hugh
very
Hefner?
picky.
And two, why would you hire a bunny? You can just go get them.
Done talking to you now.
I'm gonna put on my baseball cap that says Imperials and say, "Look, I did it, just like Gar." And
He
then I'm
looks
gonna
more. Yeah.
take my sniper rifle and stick it out the little tiny hole in the back.
I think it's a big hole in the back.
Then I'm going to be okay with that too.
Okay. Gaping hole, I'm pretty sure.
Used to be computer parts all around.
So I'm pretty sure I'm going to go this whole episode making negative rolls because of my arm. So I don't know how useful I'm going to be.
You're gonna spend
Just
at
as a
least
heads up.
you're gonna spend at least a quarter of the episode playing a different character who has 2 arms, and then I'm hoping you're gonna spend half the episode having already broken this guy out of prison. If you guys could stop moving the skiff onto the table so that when I roll the next map, it doesn't get sucked in, that would be great. Okay, so you guys have the Mauler. Now we're gonna flip back to the prison real quick, and we're going to do another scene over there.
Oh boy.
Sharp. To be fair, Shane's totally like an executive producer.
Yeah. I just wanted to help produce stuff.
So, a prison transport, which is actually the same exact model as one that the guys have, shows up at the prison and is slated for the work detail. It lands in the actual common area, and you guys start making your way towards it to execute your plan. Okay. We're going to use these two guys, 2 troopers and 2 pilots. The 2 pilots are in the transport. The 2 troopers are, they're basically sitting there like looking for the specific work detail people that are supposed to get up there. And Rogan Lester, Yar Lester, and Dane realize that a extra person has slipped into your party and is trying to sidle right up next to Dane.
Yard's gonna step between those two.
Okay. Let me just roll something,
Buddy.
quick.
It's gonna be great when Dane gets the 2 people we did this whole thing to save. He gets them killed.
Give me a coordination check. Let me get you the stat blocks I was using for these guys. Here on the side table, I've got a Wingard Sergeant card, and these are the stats for both of the Lester brothers. Obviously, you do not have the weapons that they have or the gear. You have Ahsoka 2 in your hand-to-hand. Go ahead and give me the coordination roll. It's going to be use one of these guys. It's going to be 3 purples. Does not have. I thought he had. Okay. So let me roll this guy's back. Pretty much 50-50. All right. So a little bit of a scuffle breaks out. Which one are you playing as? You're playing as Yar?
Hey man, get off of me!
So he wasn't going for you. You step between him right as he's going for Dane, and he's pulled out a curved knife. It's about 6 inches long. It's definitely not something improvised within the prison. It's razor sharp, and you're able to coordinate and dance between the two without getting yourself cut. But the knife has been produced, and out of the other hand he's going to draw a blaster pistol.
Punch him, big guys!
Hey,
Then
can I
I'd
go
like.
Judge Dredd on his ass?
Define go Judge Dredd on his ass.
I'm just gonna. I don't have anything, so I'm gonna whoop his ass. I'm gonna jump on him.
I'm gonna pull down my pants.
Okay. Just so you guys know, he gets a turn for every turn you guys get. But yes, you can absolutely go ahead and make a turn. He has made a turn. You get to make a turn.
All right. I don't have a stat block for this guy. I'm hoping that I could whoop his ass.
He's not super badass. You might get a little bit more badass because there's 4 of you.
I was just thinking Sylvester Stallone and Rocky, so I'm hoping that I can punch him.
He's 2 purples and 1 black.
Right, but what am I?
Oh, that's right. You're not playing as one of them. Let me see. You guys are playing as thugs, right? Let me give you a pirate crew. But here's the deal. This is a minion card, so here's how I'm going to play this. You 2 are both minions. That means you reinforce each other's stat blocks. So everything they have is skills, which is cool, ranged, heavy, or light, depending on what weapons they have. You get to upgrade all those skills once. You obviously don't have equipment or weapons at the moment either.
Yes, that range isn't going to be helpful.
Right now, he is carrying a blaster pistol. If you could, get that in one of your hands.
Right.
And he has a vibro knife in his other hand.
So my bronze 2 is just 2 greens then, right?
Yep, it's 2 greens. And this is just a fist-to-fist check, and you're just trying to whip his ass.
Yep.
Oh, you're gonna whip his ass a little bit. Okay. So you land a pretty solid punch. He is
Adrian.
realizing that this shit's not working out the way he thought it was going to. Someone stepped in the way right at the last second before he got to knife the target, and he is going to attempt to disengage towards the mauler. That's going to bring him past Statham, so Statham's most likely going to go next.
I'd like to trip him and say, "Gun! He's got a gun! He's got a gun!"
Okay, that's all good stuff. Go ahead and roll your brawl check. Same check as Ghost just did.
So it's 2 purple.
It's actually already set over here if you just want to roll it because your stats are identical. You could just click the roll button.
And it's not upgraded because of
It's
like
it's upgraded because he's actually got armor on. So yeah, as you're now close hand to hand with him, his prison jumpsuit's been put on over top of his equipment. He's blatantly snuck into the prison. He is not a prisoner. All
Oh,
right.
but how does it stack if we're both minions, right?
So you upgrade the skills when you're minions. So if you have
if you don't have a skill, you don't get it.
yeah.
Oh.
Just
But
2 greens.
But he didn't say he wanted to hurt him. He said he wanted to trip him, and he succeeded. So he totally trips him, and the guy face plants and advanced dice. Reds are bad. Oh no, he hangs on to his equipment for the most part. Red is the gun. Nope. Okay, it flipped over. The knife comes out of his hand and slides away from his body.
Can I snag that without being seen?
You have 2 advantage.
No, I have a threat.
Okay, well then no, you cannot. You can't snag it without being seen. As a matter of fact, with a threat, you can't snag it at all. So there is that. He went. I think it's one of you guys again. So Yar went. Rogan. Graybeard, that's you. Swear to God, if you're sleeping.
Is it push to talk that he's messing up?
Yeah.
Might be push to talk. Or he may have did what he last time we were on comms. He accidentally synced his Bluetooth headset to his phone in the middle of us talking. Leo. But then he should have noticed that there wasn't any voice. Dubs.
This little orange hand isn't moving.
No, it isn't.
Oh,
Okay.
It's moving.
All right, you can hear us. Would I be able to get a turn, or does it have to be the 4 minions with me?
We can switch it while he works out whatever comm issues he's having.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to parrot what Statham said there, and try to point out to these 2 guards, hey, this dude in here has a gun.
Since you have a bunch of extra stats, would you like to try something like a leadership check?
Yes. Or
Okay.
would it be leadership or like charm or whatever to convince these 2 stormtroopers to actually come to our defense? And
I'm completely okay with whatever skill you think is relevant, as long as it's a social
apprehend is good.
skill. Yeah,
Yep.
if you want to argue charm, you can argue charm. I'm a fellow human like you, and I know you're super racist. Come help me.
Yeah, it's like I know that we're prisoners and all, but this guy here has a gun. And a knife. You can see the knife on the ground.
Can you guys hear me?
There we go.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck.
Yeah,
Oh.
so I'm basically just shouting and pointing out this guy here has a gun and a knife and has snuck into prison.
All right. Well, a stormtrooper's discipline is 3 purples, so that's going to be your difficulty for your leadership check.
Leadership is that? That'd be charm or negotiate or just leadership?
You can make any one of those. As long as you can argue it, I will take it.
Yeah, hey stormtroopers, I know you guys have such fantastic aim. Why don't you aim at this one guy that's got a gun and a knife that snuck into the prison? Is that good enough charm?
Should have upgraded. Now go ahead. It sounded
And you're-
way too
and you-
sarcastic.
And you managed to get married?
0 success, 1 threats. They're like, holy shit, the inmates are fighting. Let's watch. $50 on the guy on the ground. Looks like he's got a shiv. Okay, now, Rogan, what do you do?
Now you can hear me, right?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Great. I'm going to shout a little louder and a little more obnoxiously than Rogan oh gosh than before. So I'm just going to say, hey, look, this guy on the ground, he's got a gun, he's got a knife. Get him, get him, get him.
Okay, go ahead and make your rolls. I actually forgot he gets another turn there, so I'm going to go ahead and give him his turn. He needs to roll athletics to do what he needs to do.
Okay.
You go ahead and make your roll though. It's the same difficulty as Raccoon's was.
So which board is it that already has the
It's down here.
this one?
It's
Yep,
3
although,
3 purples.
Yep. Although as a pirate crew, he's only got 2 presents, right?
Hey.
I don't know if he had those 2 yellows.
No, he doesn't have the same check. He has the same difficulty. There's a big difference.
Yeah,
Oh, so what were the yellows here? I mean,
that was me. I'm supposedly a decently charisma character, but clearly I suck. I think
oh, okay.
I think yours is just 2 greens against that.
Is it okay? Let me give that a try then.
Rogan is a wing guard sergeant with 2 yellows in leadership.
There you
Oh, he is?
go.
Just 2 yellows only.
No, the roll that he made was correct.
Oh, it was. Oh,
Oh, all right. Well, there we go then. I got 2 successes.
I love how Kizik knows more about your companion characters than you do.
Jeez, ouch.
I've played them a lot.
Mm-hmm. This guy gets up and starts running, and the stormtroopers take a few shots, and they do not directly hit. One of them careens past and hits this Cellcath and just blasts the shit out of him, and the stormtroopers just keep shooting because they don't give a shit. And that brings us back up to the top of this round. I would like to point out that this gunship's engines are still hot, but the pilots are probably not going to stick around now that the shooting has started. And in fact, the engine is revving up and is probably about to lift off.
Boy, we got to run for it.
I'm ready to run.
Wait.
And just,
You want us to run while they're shooting?
they're not shooting
Yeah.
at us.
Well, right. They're paying attention to this other guy who's
didn't
got the
run-
gun.
I
They just
Push
shot
hard,
that guy over there.
gone
They clearly
forward.
weren't shooting at him.
Well, they're doing a piss poor job of shooting the person they were supposed to be getting.
Hey, they're fine. Yeah, I'm running. I'm getting my DNA thing ready to go to board the ship. Or just boarding the ship.
Okay, so you're making that way too easy on yourself. It was a really solid attempt, though. These stormtroopers are not going to allow you to simply come past them. As far as they're concerned, it's a riot situation and you're inmates. Should you try to barge past them, you're gonna get shot. If you would still like to attempt to do so, we can make checks for you guys to push past them and into the ship. That was your plan anyway, right? But
I will walk. Can I walk slightly more calmly and say, "Hey, I'm part of the work detail. I am Argon. I'm supposed."
I think
I'm
you're
Not
misreading.
while they're actively fighting.
I don't think you could have possibly misread the situation any worse.
Nope.
No, it's a riot situation. They are firing and using their stun things, and it's one of those situations where if you approach them in any way, shape, or form, they are going to shoot you or try to. Your choices are pretty limited right now. You can try to storm
Did
past
try to
them.
say that.
Yeah.
Did try to say that.
So, your choices are pretty limited right now. If you want to charge past them, you can. If you want to like zip around, like to try to run away and then flank around, you could do it like that. But there is not going to be a diplomatic solution to this, and you are not the good guys to these guys. You need to remember that.
True.
That said, top of the round. Anyone can make a decision to do anything right now.
I'm kind of thinking we try to run around this this barracks right here. Kind of go around the backside of it. Kind of sneak up behind him. And then get on that ship.
Yeah, I'll.
Assuming, even though these guys are pointed this direction, I'm assuming they're both looking this direction towards this guy who's running around or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, pro of that plan is that right now they are concentrated on that guy that they were shooting at, and if you don't run towards them, they're not going to pay you as much attention because you're not running towards them. The disadvantage is it's going to take a long ass time to run around that barracks, and the ship's about to lift off. So, if you all do really well on your athletics checks, you'll probably make it. If you fail your athletics check, that ship's going to leave, and you're still going to be here.
The guy was growing the stormtroopers.
I mean, either way you cut it, you're going to be making a check, and if you fail it, it's going to go poorly. And you don't all have to do the same thing. It's top of the round. There isn't a ton of time to talk about it or communicate. So if some of you want to run one way and some of you want to run the other, that's fine.
All right, I'm gonna try to take a stealthy approach and stay on this side of the barracks, and then sort of do that.
Okay. All right.
And hope that the stormtroopers look a little bit further that way. And am I close enough to try to like push people over here to make it more chaotic?
If you want to dramatically increase the difficulty of your check, which is already going to be pretty difficult, you can do that.
No, I'll just do the stealth check of sit here and go that way. I feel I'm gonna fail regardless, but I feel I've got a slightly better chance with stealth.
It's only a 2 purple check for stealth, for you to actually slip past them while they're distracted shooting at this guy, for you to try to get around them that way. It's not as difficult as it could be, because there is a tailor-made distraction that you didn't even need to plan.
Yes. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. You guys want to run? Run. I'm trying to stealth. All right. Let's see how bad this goes. Fuck off, game.
Yep. You get hit with a stun shot, and you're writhing on the ground right here. Next player.
Yar is with other prisoners. He's going to go here going, oh, man, they're getting him. Oh, man, they're getting him. And then he's going to try to sprint around the other side.
So you're also rolling stealth.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the same check. All right. Yar is going to make it to the shuttle. You hop inside the shuttle. You have the right DNA for the shuttle. Apparently, you were already on the list of people that was supposed to come on the ship, so it just dings and lets you in.
I'm going to say, oh, man, do you guys see what's going on out there? That's wild.
Oh, I think that was a poor decision. But okay. Pilots are not going to be thrilled with your presence, and the back one is going to get out of his seat and draw his pistol on you. Next player.
I'm gonna pick up that knife,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna try to stealth my way to the ship.
Okay.
So I'm gonna follow Yar. Like that seemed like that kind of worked.
That's a good idea. I'm going to give you 1 extra black dice for having picked up the knife.
It's 2 purple.
Yes, sir. Oof. All right. So you get hit by a stun bolt trying to pick up the knife, but you do have it. You land in such a way that it's in your hand. Which one were you? Were you Statham or Stallone?
Statham, yeah.
Statham. Okay. So you're going to be right close to this guy because that's where that knife fell. Okay. Next player.
I'm going to be following my brother Yar over here. We're doing following him around that same side as well. But I'm not picking up anything. But I'm trying to get, trying to be stealthily around with my brother.
Okay. Same check minus the setback.
So it's at 3 greens, 2 purples. Is that what that we're rolling?
Yep.
So where's the wing guard things? Right here.
Whatever your dex is your stealth.
Yep. So you do 3
You
greens.
have to look at your stats.
Sorry, I missed that.
I
It's just part of the game, man. You've played long enough.
No, I just missed you guys were talking all at the same time.
All right. You make it, and you have the right DNA that the door opens, and you jump in there, and Yar is looking at a co-pilot who's pulled a short blaster pistol on him, and they both are kind of staring each other down in this awkward moment where you're not sure what exactly is about to happen. But you're both on the transport. And I think the last one is Stallone. It looks like you were just trying to bull charge your way through. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I want to make it really athletic. Just
Okay.
charge through.
You can just use athletics if you want. You can basically just try to, like spear tackle your way through. There's a door on each side, so you'll be coming through the opposite door, the other two. Athletics
Yeah.
versus stormtroopers is going to be fun. Their athletics, and they're in a group of 2, is going to be 1 red and 2 purples.
I got 3 greens. I think I read that right.
We only have 2 greens.
For
Yeah.
athletics, isn't my
Yeah.
agility?
No, it's
He's
brawn.
thinking of coordination.
No, it's brawn. Oh, coordination. That's what I was thinking. Damn
so
it.
you're trying to front flip over them.
Yeah, just roll past him. That's all right. I already called it my athletics.
You're going to Dr. Zoidberg. Blah, 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 blah. Oh.
Damn it.
All right, so you come up to the guy, and the guy with the electronic shield just shield checks you. And since you're a Moncal, your skin's slightly wet, so it really hurts. And you fall
Oof.
right next to Dane. Practically on top of him. Okay.
Shield you with my body.
Okay, so let's let the baddies go. Okay, the pilot does lift off. So now the responder vehicle has lifted into the air with the Lester brothers on board, shakily rising so that it's quote unquote safe, but it's not really going anywhere. It's just trying to get itself out of the line of fire, as it were. Didn't know it was going to do that. Good to know. And the pilots, the co-pilot who's got the gun on these two, is pretty unsure / unhappy about that situation. The stormtroopers are going to take another shot at the assassin guy, who is also going to take a shot back. A couple of series of blaster shots ring out, and the assassin's head explodes into a cloud of red mist as one of the stormtroopers actually manages to land a shot.
Holy shit.
I mean, they also hit 3 people.
Yeah.
Or 4.
Well, they've also switched to kill, so the people in the background they're hitting are dying. Okay. That brings us back to top of the round. Who would like to go first?
So
Falling down next to the dead guy.
So what? You're on the ground next to the dead guy. The initial stun bolt you got hit with was not enough to render you unconscious, so you would be able to act this turn.
Oh, can you get the gun?
I'm gonna grab that gun, and while laying here, I'm going to shoot the stormtrooper that has a gun.
Okay. Just so you know, that stun baton, while it does not have a kill setting, can shoot like little bolts of electricity that stun people. But I get the inference of what you're saying. I just want you to know that he does have a ranged attack. He's a stormtrooper, so I think it's going to be 2 purples. Yep, sure is. Okay, so it's a maneuver to pick up the gun, and you do get light ranged. It's a blaster pistol, so I'm going to give it the exact same stats as his heavy blaster pistol.
Right. So is that 1 yellow or 2 yellow?
That's 1 yellow because there's 2 of you.
Okay. And then 2 purple.
You only get 1 green and 1. The way the upgrade works. Oh no, it's agility. No, you're correct. I'm sorry, I misread that. I did the same exact thing Ghost just did, but in reverse. Yeah, that is the correct series of stats for the guy with the rifle.
All right, I'm gonna flip a light side token because I really need this to
Good usage
kill
too.
him. Yep, gonna lower that difficulty.
Get it, get it, get it.
Pretty sure he got.
Yeah, no, he only has 8. No, he has 10. But I think that's 10. Yeah, 7 and 4 is 11. So, yeah, the stormtrooper's head cocks up just enough that the pistol bolt catches him in the throat. And you actually see the remnants of the bolt come out the back as he slumps over. Who's next? You and Stallone are in the same boat. You have been stunned and you are prone on the ground, but beyond that, you are able to act.
Can I pick up anything that this stormtrooper dropped?
That stormtrooper dropped a E-22 carbine. You can attempt to pick it up. It's going to be quite a thing to do, though, because it's the other guys between you and it.
Yeah.
Certainly attempt.
How about I distract the stormtrooper before you grab it? Let me attack him.
He might
So
be distracted just based on the fact that his
Yeah.
buddy's head just blasted across his butt.
True.
He's definitely distracted, but he's also in panic mode.
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get up and grapple him. Put him in a good half Nelson. Try to, at least.
He has a shield and a stun baton, so that gives you 2 blacks, and he has athletics. That's a brawl check. So it's going to be 3 purples and 2 blacks to do that. I thought I had an E-22 card. Do I not? It's not.
I didn't succeed, but I think I distracted the shit out of him.
Did you roll any advantages?
Nope, just threats.
He shield punts you back to the ground. It looked really good in your head up until the moment where it was actually happening.
Yeah.
I've dropped this blaster carbine because that's the one I have a card for right now.
All right.
Don't let my sacrifice go in vain.
Don't worry, I'll pick up the blaster carbine and just drop it straight on my head. So I crawl back behind him as that's happening.
Stealth. So give me 2 purples, and if you succeed, you're going to lay hands on the carbine.
Stealth is shit.
All right, so I'm going to interpret that as he's too busy to punch you back down, but he kicks the carbine and it slides out here underneath where the responder vehicle is. He knows you're going for it, and he doesn't have a hand available because of Stallone, so he just kicks it, and it goes flying out in this direction.
Am I able to turn and kick the back of his knee to try to get him to fall forward?
You've already used your action for this round, but you can do it next time.
All right. And we'll see if I get to the next round. I have a feeling I'm dying.
I don't know about dying, but
The good news is he can't kill you because he only has a stun weapon. I killed the guy that had the weapon that would have cut you into pieces.
That's mostly true. He could bludgeon you to death with it. But, I mean, that would be pretty obvious. Like, the rest of the guards would be like,
I wasn't...
All right, dude? Was that your butt buddy over there? Like, why are you so angry, man?
I wasn't going to tell him that.
Of all
Plus the snipers.
All right, so now we have to figure out Yar and Rogan. So you guys are staring down a co-pilot. Let me get a little token for him. I have someone who's kind of like him. Yeah, here we go. He's close
They're
enough.
just going to take the ship and leave.
Might happen. He's got a little scout pistol trained on, I think it was Yar came into the ship first. You guys are in a very tight, confined space together with him.
Yep. So I'm hey, I'm supposed to be on here. I really am. And then my brother pops up right beside me. See, we were supposed to be here together. And as he's like pointing the twistle between both of us, I'm going to grab something, just like anything off the wall. There's a wrench or some kind of what is that thing? A fire extinguisher. Grab that and melee smash it into the side of his face.
Okay. If you flip a destiny token, you can have whatever tool you want to have that could reasonably be found in the cabin.
Fire extinguisher is not reasonably?
That is absolutely reasonable.
2 purples.
You may use the fire extinguisher as a ranged weapon if that is a better check for you.
Light ranged?
Sure.
Oh man, so I just let
you
it
just-
go,
yep.
and I'm holding it, and it rockets out of my hands right into his face.
You can do it like that. I was gonna have it fill the whole cabin, but that's fine.
I mean, it's still going to fill the whole cabin.
Okay,
If it's light range, that makes it a 1 purple.
sure.
Have you ever used a fire extinguisher before?
No, never.
I have. They don't really have that much kick, as I think what he's gonna get at, but it's
Or-
really cool. So I'm gonna let it happen.
Or shoot out of your hand, like the nozzle's either pointed out,
Yeah,
or it's
so
on
I,
a fucking hose, which would do nothing.
so I know it's pretty heavy, and I know the hose is supposed to do a thing, but this isn't an Imperial ship, so it hasn't been checked in the last 13 years. So it's got a lot of pressure built up in there, and I just hit the back of it, and that rusty thing shoots out of my hands.
Not how fire extinguishers work.
Yep, but
It doesn't have pressure regulators. It's the Imperials.
It will work this time because it's gonna be a carbonite ray. So it's gonna go off. It's gonna hit this guy. This guy's going to fly into the guy in the pilot seat. A cloud of white dry ice-esque smoke is going to billow out of all of the orifices of the machine, completely blocking all vision from within the machine. Rogan, you are now blinded, and you've seen this unfold. What do you do?
Oh gosh, now so I'm blinded, so I'm trying to wipe away my eyes, clear my vision. And once I do that, I'm actually able to see the pilot, who is also distracted, and I'm gonna grab him and subdue him so I can get in the seat.
So you can't see him, but I'll let you feel your way up there and try to wrangle with him. So go ahead and give
Okay.
me a brawl check, but because you're blinded, you're going to take 2 purples. So it's going to be, 2 blacks. So it's going to be 2 red or 2 blacks and 2 purples. Stuttered over that quite a bit. I apologize. And you're a wing guard, so
So 2 reds, 2 what? Sorry, you said 2 reds, 2
Yep,
blacks.
I stumbled over it pretty hard. It's 2 purples and 2 blacks.
Gotcha. And so I'm doing against 2 greens.
Yep. All right, so you don't manage to wrench him out of the seat or do all that. With your 1 advantage, though, you do find him and the flight controls. And with your 1 advantage, I'm just going to tell you something that was already the case, but now you know. The main pilot, knowing that ruckus is going on and all the things, had enough state of mind to hit the autopilot button. So the plane's actually flying itself, hovering in place right now.
Sweet.
I believe that brings us to the stormtrooper at the very bottom of the round. Everybody did get to go that time, right?
Yep.
Stormtrooper who is whipping his britches.
This stormtrooper is got a Z6 riot baton. He's not super well trained on how to do it. He's got a shield too. But, he's had some basic training. And out of the group of people who are a threat here, I think he's going to consider Statham to be the biggest threat. Statham is laying on the ground. Because that's how he rolled over and got the thing. So he's going to run up there. That's a maneuver. Then he's going to attack.
You moved me at him.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, what's he doing?
Dane's not going to attack. The stormtrooper's going to attack. And right, he is going to hit with his Z6 baton, and it does 5 stun damage to Statham, which in his state might be, yeah. So Statham is rendered unconscious by the stun baton.
That goes through Stoke.
It does not go through soak.
Ahsoka 4.
He's got Ahsoka 4. Yeah. Okay. So, and he took 1 from the thing earlier, so he's down to 3 on his wound threshold, which is also his, because he's a minion. Those are shared pools. So you have 3 hit points left, basically. And now it's the top of the round, and any player may go. You don't all have to go at once, but someone does have to go.
Well, once I see the fact that this thing is still in like a hover mode for the plane, for this transport, and still continue to wipe my eyes away, I actually do get a chance to see something, and then I'm trying to take down that pilot.
Okay, roll the same check over again. Nope. All right. So pilot's still on his feet. Next player.
So I shot my not my ray gun or whatever it is, and did the pistol come out of his hand when he got blasted?
You wouldn't be able to see it either way, but I will roll that. It did not. He is holding on to it.
Excellent.
He is knocked over though.
Do I still have the ray gun in my hand?
It flew out of the hand and hit him in the face. That's what you wanted.
Okay, good. I'm just gonna go. Am I close? We're real close, right?
You were really close to him. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to fight for the gun, try to take a gun out of his hand.
Okay, that's a brawl check. You're basically going to roll the exact same check that Thodos just rolled. Okay, you guys are not. Yep, you're not going to hit it this round. The smoke starts to clear, so at the beginning of the next round, there will be clear smoke. But those guys won't get to act until after that happens. So, guys on the ground.
I'm going to maneuver over and pick up the blaster carbine and point it at the riot trooper and start yelling, "Hey, nobody else has to die. Let us all get on this responder airspeeder and everybody can get the hell out of here."
Are you sure that's what you want to do?
Not everybody.
Nope, I'm just going to shoot this guy.
Okay. All right. So it's 2 maneuvers to get up, run over there, and grab it. And then you'll need to take 2 strain to make a shot.
I'm trying to remember. Did I take any strain when I got stunned over here?
Yeah, but I wouldn't worry about it too much right at this second.
Okay. All right, so I've got my 2 strain. I'm at 1 purple to hit or 2 purples.
It's a rifle. It is short range. I'm gonna call it 1 purple because it's not a sniper rifle.
Right.
Trying to figure out sniper rifle is a stun setting.
And was it set on stun since this guy's head just exploded?
No, your rifle is not the one I'm checking, and yeah, that one's definitely set to kill.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just pointing it in. We'll see if I kill Statham instead. Is this just 1 purple?
Yep, it's just 1 purple.
All right. Hey, I hit something.
Okay, so that's 9 plus 2. So this stormtrooper's head explodes and he dies. Any player who hasn't already gone can now go.
So how high up is the ship hovering?
There's no possible way for you to get to it. It's high enough up that you couldn't get to it. It's above the rooftops. That was the whole point of the pilots lifting it off, was so that it couldn't be swarmed by, inmates trying to get out.
We gotta take cover. I'm gonna try to wait it out over here
Okay.
and hide.
Anyone who wants to hide, go ahead and roll a stealth check. Statham, do you bring the blaster pistol you scooped up with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that'll at least divide the sniper fire between you and Dane. Okay. Is any other players ready to go? Everyone's gone. Everyone's had a turn.
I think so.
Yep.
Stealth successfully.
You do stealth successfully if you live to make it to the other side. Okay, because you got to realize that 2 of you just picked up guns and shot in the middle of a courtyard. It's surrounded by riot, stormtroopers, and snipers.
Pretty sure we're all aware of that.
Okay, just making sure.
Except the guy that was like, "No, I'll let you go."
Yeah, except for the idiot that
Let us-
said we can let us go. Yes. Other than that idiot.
You let us go. Yeah. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're gonna die.
Yeah, I figured I was gonna die regardless.
Right? This is gonna be epic. Let's go out with a bang.
Ooh, looks like I might be done. Both succeeded. That means I'm probably dead.
So Statham does definitely not make it. Gets about 2 steps up and his head explodes. Dane takes 14 damage. Oh shit, I forgot to put accurate in there. Oh well, it's probably still. It's Pierce 2.
Pierce 2.
Yeah, so 2 year soak doesn't count.
Yep, I'm down.
Okay. How far past your threshold are you?
1.
Okay, go ahead and roll my favorite dice over here for your critical. 41. And let's see, is a 41 already over here for you to grab? No, you need to get it out of the deck. Bring you a fresh one.
I've got it. It's boiled over.
I've got a fresh one here. He needs to put it on his sheet so he knows he's got that critical. So Dane hits the ground, a blaster bolt searing through his chest, drops the carbine cinematically to the ground. Stallone has successfully ran away, and because he's not carrying a weapon, these guards who are rushing into the courtyard are going to ignore him. Now the pilot and the co-pilot and the Lesters are the 2 most important parts of this operation at this point.
All right. Well, that pilot's still in his pilot seat, right?
And before you say whatever it is you're about to say,
Okay.
remember the definition of insanity.
Oh no, I know. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. We're going to be insane here.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to be insane. You got it. So while the pilot's still kind of doing the thing and he's got it in autopilot, I'm going to kind of help out my brother and go for that one guy that's already laying on his back over here and try and get that weapon out of his hand.
Okay. There's no blacks for this check, so that would be 2 purples and 2 greens for your check. That's at least 50-50. You didn't quite make it. So yeah, but I'll give you a little bit of a setback on the next one. So Yar, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna pick up the the expended fire extinguisher and smash him.
Okay, so that switches your check to a melee check, which I believe these guys have as a skill. They sure do. It's a 2 purple, plus he gets a setback, so you would get a... Never mind. Okay, you smash him in the face, and he falls out of the side of the ship. Kudos for recognizing that you needed to do something other than try to fist fight him. And now this one Wingguard pilot is going to unstrap himself from the seat as a maneuver and pull his pistol as a second maneuver, and that now he's got a pistol pointed at both of you, and that's where he's going to end his round, and you 2 are going to get 1 more go.
I still got my thing, and I'm actually gonna hit his hand where the pistol is.
Okay, are you throwing it, or are you going to hit him with it?
Smashing it. Melee again.
Okay, go ahead and melee. Oops, somebody has done a thing.
Yeah, I was having way too much. I was struggling with these cards.
Did you pull the card out that you needed?
I did. It took me a lot longer than it should have. Don't worry about it.
Okay. We're all sorted. All right. Give me the results of your check. Did you super triumph? You did not. Okay. Your fire extinguisher makes a really good target that absorbs a couple of blaster bolts, keeping you from eating a blaster bolt. Rogan, what are you gonna do?
I was gonna hit the deck and go right for his legs.
Okay. Roll me a 2 purple roll check. You cause him to fall to the floor. He is now prone on the ground next to you. He is going to use his maneuver to get back up, and then he is going to try to shoot you. Still has that skill. He does not. Yes, technically he'd be a pilot. Still doesn't have that skill. Shooting a target on the ground is a increase in difficulty, I think. Oh, holy shit. Okay, he fails pretty hard. So he lets off another barrage of blaster bolts, and even in the confines of this little airship, somehow miraculously, like, the Lesters are patting themselves in the chest all cartoon style, like, how did he miss? Somehow he doesn't hit anything. Should have been a stormtrooper.
Ah.
Yar?
I still got my thing, and I'm gonna. Did he fall down?
Yeah. Well, he got back up as his maneuver. So he's
Oh.
like on a knee, pistol firing as this is happening. Your tank thing has been shot, so it is molten and sharp.
Yeah. So now I got a shiv. I'm gonna stab it right in his throat.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for it.
Do I get a boost because it's sharp now?
Yeah, go ahead and take a boost. I was gonna make it pierce too. I don't think it's gonna matter.
Not if you can't roll.
It doesn't matter.
I don't cut myself.
Okay. Rogan?
All right, we're just gonna go for a brawl. We're just gonna flat out start beating the crap out of him.
You're probably not going to beat the crap out of him. What I've been trying to tell you the whole time is that brawl's like your worst possible check, and fist fighting is a bad idea. But
Oh.
you can do whatever you want as a player.
Do I have a card for him around
Yeah.
here? Or is this
Yes, it's right here on the side table. One that
The
says
odds
magic.
got to be in his favor, and this is like his 7th failed melee attack. It should go through, right?
Right.
He did the last one.
He did. He passed the last one, which is why we got him on the ground. Now, you don't have any weapons or, like, uniforms or stuff, but the stats are the same. So, like, his melee, if you pick up something to hit him with, anything, even an improvised weapon, like a flashlight or any object that you pick up, it turns the check into a melee, so you go from 2 greens to 2 yellows. That's what I was saying, definition of insanity. You're doing the same thing that you almost can't succeed at over and over and over again.
Gotcha. All right, so yeah, we're gonna pick up a piece of that extinguisher that was on the ground, and we're gonna go at him with that. We're
Okay.
gonna stab we're gonna stab center mass.
Okay, so you pick up a little piece of molten metal. Stings a little bit because it's still really hot, but you're going to stick it in him as hard as you can. So that makes it a 2 yellow check versus his 2 purple. And you shiv him. All right. So you've now stuck this thing in the chest of this guy. And he is bleeding profusely. And the 2 of you manage to work him to the edge of the ship and throw him out. And he kerploots on the ground, which makes these officers on the ground realize the ship is no longer under Allied control, and they start shooting hand weapons at it. What do you 2 do? You are pilots / gunners, and you are in a ship.
Does this ship have a gun?
Yes, this ship has many guns. There is a stat block for it right here.
Well, I'll fly it. Let's get low and try to pick up our guy. Or are you just gonna gun it?
No, you go ahead. You go start flying it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab one of the guns and just start getting some shots off at these guards and people on the ground.
I think you
We gotta
phrased.
try and we gotta try and pick up gain.
I think you phrased it perfectly correctly. That you were going to shoot at the people on the ground.
Well, no, we're gonna start shooting at the guards on the ground,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and
I'm
we're
gonna say,
try.
take out all the towers.
That's a good idea. So
Okay.
give me a piloting check first to stabilize the vehicle. You slip into the piloting seat, you flip a few switches, you do what you got to do. Yeah, 2 purples is completely adequate. You can now move the craft. It's also worth noting that the pilot can fire the forward-mounted weapons as long as the gunner's not firing them.
There's a guy there. There's still like goop on the things. It's really hard to fly.
Your 2 advantages are it's still on autopilot. Thodubs, give me a check. Because it's facing in this direction, you can only shoot in this direction because the pilot does not have control of it.
I pulled real hard on those things, like I thought it was gonna go somewhere.
So you said you're out towards this direction. I missed you. I was over that area looking at the board.
Yeah, so it only has forward-mounted weapons. I thought it had a rearward-mounted one, but apparently not. So you can only shoot in the direction it's facing because it's still on autopilot. Is there anything in that direction you want to shoot at? Yes, no, indifferent.
I would say no.
Okay. The
I
guys
really want to focus on people that we need to try and kill.
the guys on the ground who aren't dead / unconscious, which I think is just Ghost. If you decide you want to do something here, just chime in. I'm skipping over your turn because I'm assuming you're hiding until you say otherwise.
I mean, can David and I grab like 2 different characters and try to do something else instead of him being dead and me just hiding?
Absolutely. There's this. So these 2 guys over here that were dismissed earlier are rebel operatives. They are actually pretty well trained for this kind of thing, and they're used to fighting Imperials. And seeing this whole thing go down, they would probably realize that this is their opportunity to get out of here. So this is kind of their golden opportunity.
Yeah, just to be clear, like go for this X-wing over here, or sorry, Y-wing. What is this? No, the Imperial
Troop transport.
Lambda
Troop
shuttle.
Transport. Lambda. That's the one I was thinking of.
There you go. Lambda shuttle. Yeah, you could stealth over there and try to steal that if you want. Let me grab.
Let's go fuck some shit up.
Let me grab their cards real quick. Oh man, that's way better than. Here you go. Here's a stat card for each of these guys, and then you and Raven can play as these 2 guys.
It's better than these pirates.
Yeah. They were.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's fuck some shit up.
Yeah. I would also say that they were planning to break out on their own, so they're going to have an improvised weapon each. You can each choose one of either a shiv or a improvised firebomb.
Okay. So first things first, let's get stealthy, I think, and we're gonna make our way over to the Lambda.
Okay. Are you running behind the barracks or in front of them?
I think behind is better. There's no sniper fire directly back there, right?
There's well. Also, you're not openly carrying weapons either.
True.
Craven, are you going along with this plan? I'm assuming you are.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. Alrighty, so you guys are running along the back barracks. Go ahead and give me a couple of stealth checks. It's gonna be 2 purples, but I'm also gonna give you a boost because there's a lot of shit going on in the yard.
Nice.
Holy shit. Okay.
I succeeded too.
You guys succeeded and got a shit ton of advantage. You guys make it all the way over to this snowbank. And as the guards like look the way, you just dive into the snowbank all like super stealthy style, and they don't see nothing. This guy is
Yeah.
actually the pilot of the shuttle, and he is not in it. Dane, do you want to roll a resilience to see if you can wake up?
It's 5 purple against my brawn.
Yep.
It's not like I could do anything else, but sure, why not?
Yeah, you roll it. It might happen. Weirder things have definitely happened. That was actually really fucking close, too. Okay, you open your eyes for a brief moment, surreally laying on the ground, and see the airspeeder above you kind of floating, and then you fade back. All right, guys in the Mauler Tactor Responder vehicle, let's give it another pilot check and see if you can get this thing under control.
All right, brother, we got to get this together and figure out what we need to do. But we need to get down there and get Argon and get him the hell out of here, and then be gone.
I'm gonna flip the autopilot switch off this time.
Okay, had you failed that check, I was going to be like, no, you said you flipped it off. But you succeed. So what would you like to do maneuver-wise with the ship?
There's a big old comm tower right here. I'd
Mhm.
like to point it towards that.
Okay.
And then I'd like to get ready to land it real quick and have Rogan jump out to get Dane. So I'm going to line him up so he gets a better shot at the comm tower first. Turn 1.
Okay. I'll let you lower and line up at the same time. That's fine. You passed your check. Give me a gunnery check. Ironically, gunnery is not one of the skills these guys have, which I'm really surprised by. So it's going to be a 3 green versus 1 purple check. Shooting a stationary unarmored target.
Also, aim at that sucker.
Oh yeah, use your boost dice. Give yourself a blue.
3 greens.
All right. The comm tower evaporates into molten ribbons of metal as the blaster cannons fire. All right. Stealthy rebel guys over here. There's a lambda shuttle in that direction. There's stormtroopers in that direction. What do you do?
So we're gonna create a distraction. We're gonna throw fire bombs right about here.
Okay.
Right, and then we're gonna make a break for while we're making a break for the Lambda shuttle. Basically, trying to make it so they can't get to us, even if they see us.
Okay. If you're willing to spend both a maneuver and an action on that, so your whole turn on that, what I'll do is I will count that as a stealth check with boost. So give yourself 2 blues because exploding firebombs tend to be distracting. And they only have 3 purple checks to look at you.
Two boost.
Yep, 2 boosts. Firebombs are pretty distracting.
All right, we're gonna use a light side.
Okay. All right. Both of you get onto the shuttle. The fire bombs are they're doing their job, but they're also alerting them that something is going on with the shuttle. So there is that.
There's fire in the way now.
There is fire in the way. Ooh, I can fire in the way.
Did that snowbank just throw fire at us? Hey, wait, who's getting on the shuttle?
We didn't see anybody get on the shuttle.
Since we're no longer in control of Stallone, I'm gonna roll a chance dice to see if he sees his opportunity to sprint towards that shuttle. He does. Amon Cal says, "Wait for me!"
He dies in the fire.
Oh,
He just gets hit in the face with a fireball.
He went out like an action hero,
All right.
like Statham before him.
All right. So you've swooped this thing in low. I'm assuming that you're within like arm's reach. So this would be a Rogan thing to coordinate and go out there and grab Dane. I would like to point out that at this point, a massive amount of high-powered rifle fire is coming in at the very canopy that you're sitting behind, Yar. You will get one attempt to do this before that canopy bursts, if you want to do it.
If you want to, you can spin the shuttle around and start taking some shots at these guys on the ground, kind of clear a way for us.
We just need to get our guy.
Right.
The high-powered shots are coming from the snipers on the building.
You've got snipers here. You've got snipers here. You've got ground forces over here shooting. You've got ground forces back here shooting. You've got other sniper towers over here shooting. This ship is going to get shot down if you spend more than 30 seconds doing what you're doing here.
I said, get him and let's go.
Let's do it then.
Okay, so you have to unbuckle. You have to run to the back, and then you have to basically lean out of the ship and with one hand scoop Argon or Bane up and pull him in. I'm going to count that as a 2 red check. And it's going to be either athletics or coordination, whichever is better for you.
Can I try to be conscious to maybe help him out?
Yeah, roll that first.
4 this
Good
time.
idea.
Yeah, you make it 4 this time.
At least sit up.
So close. So if he'd rolled advantage, I would have been like he limply holds an arm up. But he didn't. All right. Go ahead and roll it there, Graybeard.
The man that had to die. It's just
He's not necessarily going to die. He'll just be left behind. He's not dead.
That's true. It's round 2.
Also not Argon.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can hear me?
I can hear you. Yep. Trying to figure out what your check is.
Looks like he does not have any advantage in athletics or anything.
No, I think he's got a 3 green coordination check, and that's the best he's going to get.
Yep.
And that was against what?
2 reds. They were already there before you cleared it.
Oops.
Yeah.
And he did it!
Yay!
If you needed to pass a check, that was a good one to pass.
Thank goodness.
I was about to say, hey, use a destiny token or light side token, but
Yeah, that would have been nice to know that before we did.
Okay. So the Lambda shuttle and the Mauler tactical responder lift off. Oh, these guys are locked too. Okay. That goes here. Grab these 2 guys. There. This thing's smaller. Server's chugging a little bit. Okay, so you guys fly off from the prison, and the sound of TIE fighters immediately is to be heard. So now we're going to flip back to the other party members. It was fantastic. There it is. Exo fields. So Crikey, Gar, Kyle, Argon, and Hookers arrive here at the spot where the other group was supposed to, like, the other shuttle was supposed to be dropping off a work party right over here, and they're like 30, 40 minutes behind schedule.
We're listening on the Imperial frequencies because we got an Imperial tactical responder, right?
How long have you had this thing?
More than 10 minutes.
More than 10 minutes. Well,
So we think we're listening on the Imperial frequencies. Like, where are they? I just don't understand.
red or blue?
Blue.
You are in fact listening in. Most of the communications are coming through. Enough for you to realize that there's been a riot at the prison, and that TIE fighters have been scrambled to respond to the calls for stolen vehicles.
Oh, man. What do we want to do? Are we going to respond? You got to hit the lights.
Yeah, hit the lights, but we can't take it down the TIE fighter, can we?
Why not?
Well, I'm not flying. That's why.
We got guns.
So you want me to fly?
Somebody with 2 hands should do it.
Chris is like, I've been waiting my whole life.
Our
Yeah,
slides
yeah.
in when no one's looking.
I mean, you guys have the same check.
I feel like I might have the best piloting check as Kyle.
Yeah, I'm only 3 green.
Kyle,
I have a yellow planetary piloting.
you do. You are the best
better.
pilot.
You the man.
Well,
Right, you should fly.
is Kyle going to pipe up and be like, I actually know how to fly, and is Gar going to let him?
I feel like I'm gonna pipe up and say, "Hey, I'm pretty sure that I've done some flying before. You're probably gonna call me a tech nerd because I've done a lot of slicing, but I've
As she
flown."
tries to talk, I hit the gas.
All right, let's go. So we're gonna try to hone in on the sounds of TIE fighters because they're loud.
They are really loud, but also you do have sensors and you have radio comms with them. So, hold on. I need to ask just one question. The Rebel guys, they have a home base that they could potentially go back to, and they could split off and try to defend themselves. You think they would stick with the airspeeder? Or you think they would go off on their own?
How many TIE
The
fighters?
airspeeder are foolish idiots that
Yeah.
told them not to come help them.
That's a
They're gonna
valid
go off on
point.
their own, man.
I think they're going to go off on their own. That's a valid point. So,
I'm amazed we're not shooting them out of the sky to make it better for us to escape by.
well,
Right?
but half the TIE fighters will chase the other transport.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
right.
If
Again,
there's
that's-
more TIE fighters on them, we will try to get out of there.
Okay. So that makes the number of TIE fighters chasing you, which is one of the things I was looking for, at 3. So I'm going to do this. Here's the airspeeder. I'm going to see if I can change the color so we can tell the difference. Make this one orange. Yeah, there we go. The orange one is the stolen one. There are 3 TIE fighters chasing it. And for convenience purposes, it's just going to happen to be flying over the Nexu fields. Dane, you are playing as Dane again.
Hey,
I thought Dane's unconscious.
Yeah,
hey, Rogan, get
No.
that med kit over
Yeah,
there.
there's-
Give him a stim pack.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. Is they would have stim packed him back into consciousness, because they're gonna need some help.
Yeah.
So Dane, you're you again. You've been stim packed. You may consider yourself to be at how minus were you? 2, 3,
I was -1.
-1. So you are +4 now. So this airspeeder, I'm gonna take all the people off of it because we're gonna be moving them around a bunch, and you're just gonna fall off anyway. So the white one is the one with the main party in it, and the orange one is the one running away. The Lambda shuttle has flown away and already killed 2 TIE fighters, and is going in the other direction. You guys have your lights and sirens on, and as far as the Imperials can tell right out of the gate, you're on their side.
Yeah, so we're gonna pull in behind the stormtroopers, and I've got my loudspeaker going. I'm pull over to the side of the road, please,
So you're gonna
with
pull
the
him
sirens.
behind the TIE fighters.
Well,
gosh.
like, yeah, kind of like behind, like in formation with them.
Okay. It's a 3 purple check to gain the advantage, which is what you're trying to do. Basically, you're trying to handbrake turn and come in behind them and maintain speed.
Okay.
Excellent. Holy
Somehow,
shit.
somehow that worked.
Holy shit.
You should have been flying the whole time, my friend. Jesus.
Right?
Dart just barely scrapes the top of one of the TIE fighters, but
Ki-
he does it so cool that the TIE fighter's not even mad about it.
Kyle's in the middle being like, are you sure you're a pilot? You know what? Never mind. You're definitely a pilot.
Yeah.
Give me a minute. I'll crash it in a second.
Fly upside down to flip him off.
Okay. So who's in the co-pilot seat operating the guns?
I am.
Oh,
Well, no, go for it. If you guys want to, I don't care.
you go ahead, mate.
Obviously, it's my partner.
I've only got one hand. I'm feeling pretty
Yeah.
shitty.
You only
It's
need one
like
hand
one
for
arm.
a joystick.
Go for it, man. Feel important. Use that arm.
He has a much better gunnery check than you two.
Who
It's
does?
Crikey. Crikey's gunnery check's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I am going to determine that this is a check that you need 2 hands for, though. So that would make you the difficulty for you to shoot this guy 2 purples, because his 5 advantage means he definitely gained the advantage. That back TIE fighter, you didn't even aim, and it's sitting in the middle of your crosshair.
Go ahead and make your checks.
He's already made his check. He gained the advantage. It's your
Yeah,
turn.
you gotta roll to attack, man.
Oh, you okay? I thought it was still going to be harder.
No,
What's the difficulty now?
It's 2
2 purple.
It's 2 purple. It would have been
All
1
right.
purple because his check was that good for gaining the advantage.
Okay, I'm tracking now. My bad.
Okay. All right. So the good news is it's the same vehicle, so I can easily do the maths. So we've got 4 from your blaster cannon plus 1 success. Do we critical on 2? We do not. How do you want to use your 2 advantage?
To make it look like we are trying to shoot down the other
There you
mauler.
go.
Oh, I like that. That's real good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crossfire.
Sorry, I clipped you. As you do 6. No, you do 5 damage.
I will say they're firing back on us.
Okay. Five damage minus the where is it? It's 2, so you take away 3. Okay. You clip them. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but it does some. It's worth noting there's 2 sets of guns. The pilot may also make a gunnery check. But you can't gain the advantage and do a gunnery check in the same turn. Alternately,
Okay.
one of the other players can try to use a console to take control of the other set of guns and make a gunnery check. It's not
Sure.
not going to be super easy. Does someone else want to make a gunnery check? Does someone have a good shooting check and wants to try to do this?
I'm waiting at the back. I'm gonna snipe a TIE pilot if we have a rear shot available. So you shoot him.
All right, so you open a Huey door and you put your sniper rifle prepped up for that.
It's just through the big old hole in the
window.
back of the
Oh,
The
ship.
tiny window in the back with the gaping hole.
Yes. Okay. Even better. All right. So Argon, that's you.
I'm going with the gaping hole.
No, you're the one that's shooting the other set of cannons. So you need a gunnery check from you, which is
3 green.
Yeah.
And that's against what?
2 purples. No, 1 purple. You have 2 arms. Awesome. That's another 6 damage, which is 4 past its armor. a huge chunk. Oh shit, these are TIE fighters. I did that math all wrong. I forgot these were. I fucked that up, guys. Hold on a second. You actually blow that TIE fighter away. So that rear TIE fighter, you saw its wing right off, and it crash into the ground. 2 TIE fighters left. I'm gonna do a quick roll because blowing up one of them is kind of they're probably gonna notice.
Permission to engage. We're taking heavy fire.
They don't actually notice.
Okay.
Yes. They're driven by stormtroopers.
Are there computer sensors on board that Kyle would like to come down and try to take out the armor of one of these remaining 2?
You're playing as Dane. You're back as your main character, so you actually have full control of this other vehicle, but from a leadership perspective. The Lester brothers are at the helm and the co-pilot seat.
Yeah, they're definitely better there. I feel like as Dane, the best thing to do is this fire discipline.
But I'm going to let you control this whole thing as a unit if you want, and just tell me what you want it to do. And we'll do those things, and then you can roll your leadership check.
So it was obvious that us in this front vehicle, we were able to check and see that one of the TIE fighters is down behind us.
Yes. One of the TIE fighters is down. You don't know for a fact that the other Mauler is on your side yet, because as far as I know, you two have not communicated back and forth. So you don't know how all that's happened.
Only that it's being piloted by an exceptional pilot.
Yeah, we couldn't tell it. For all we know, they were trying to shoot us, and they accidentally hit the other TIE fighter. So I think this first set of maneuvers is just going to be maneuver and doing a little bit of bobbing and weaving and making sure we don't get hit by the TIE fighters.
Okay, so you tell the pilot to take evasive action. Give me a 2 purple leadership check.
Pass on.
Holy shit, you did pretty good on that one. So you're like, no, get down between those trees. And he dips the thing super low, making a 45-degree turn, and starts going in between the trees of this forest, which may not have been exactly what you meant, and it certainly is a butt pucker moment. But the TIE fighter's going to have a hard time following that. So let me roll their checks real quick. Imperial Navy pilot. Piloting spacecraft. 2 yellows and a green. I'm going to call... I'll make the difficulty the leadership check. Holy shit, they'll be fucked. It's 5 successes. So we're going to call that 2 reds and a purple. Oh, it's about even. There we go. Okay. So that's that. We're going to take a shot. I'll just roll it again. There's 2 of them. That makes sense. All right. So there is some incoming fire glancing off the back of your ship. They are managing to stay tucked in behind it, but dipping and weaving between these trees, it's only a matter of time before someone, whether it's you or them, hits one of these trees. And the bad guys have gone, so that brings us back to the crew of the friendly airspeeder. What would you guys like to do? You see the TIE fighters and the other airspeeder dip into the forest.
I'm gonna start shooting.
Okay. Are you going to dive into the forest, or are you going to fly above it and shoot?
We'll stay above it and shoot.
Okay. That will give them 2 black dice of cover, but it eliminates any possibility of you running into the trees.
Yes, I'm aware.
Probably a wise choice.
Rather miss than kill everyone. Yeah, I'd rather miss than kill everyone. Difficulty to hit them.
So they are not technically evasive, but they are dipping and weaving between trees. I'm going to call it 2 purples for you and a red and a purple for Crikey.
Not blacks.
I had 2 blacks from the cover, right?
Yeah, there's 2 blacks from the tree branches.
Okay.
I hit them.
Let's see if he hits them too. How much is that? It's 5 for you. And that's 6 more for you. Okay, so another one of those TIE fighters evaporates. The last one knows. The last one realizes 110% that it's you guys that you are doing, that you are bad guys.
Or very bad shots. I'd like to apologize to him over the speakerphone.
Okay.
Sorry!
The only 2 things that I don't know about how this scenario is going to play out, because what this TIE fighter is going to do is he's going to zip up out of the woods and try to, like, slide in behind you. All I need to know is what Dane and Argon are going to do, because I'm pretty sure I already know what Kizik's going to do. Dane, what is your ship going to do when the TIE fighter pulls up out of the trees and tries to zip behind this guy?
I would like to, I guess, gain the advantage and then try to shoot him down. Is that too much?
You can attempt to do it, but I have to tell you, that's going to be a hell of a stretch.
All right. Yeah, upon seeing that he's flying up and out, I would like to. Yeah, he knows that there's both.
So you can attempt to do it. My main concern is that if you try to do that in this tight space, if you fail that check, you will almost certainly collide with your ally ship.
All right.
There isn't a ton of space here.
All right, so I think just get out of the trees and then the slightly more abstract thing, jam the comms of the TIE fighter so he can't call for any additional backup.
Ah, that's a good call. Go ahead and roll your leadership check. 2 purples. Argon, do you have something you're going to do? All the guns have been fired this turn.
So he's already gone behind our ship, right?
He's gone behind your ship. All the guns have been fired. I'm not positive there's a lot you can do, but if you have any ideas.
I can't think of anything. We've already fired our guns. We've already done everything. I don't know.
Kizik, it's 3 reds if you want to hit the pilot specifically.
You know, I could actually roll down the window over here and do some gangster shots outside of it with my 44.
3 success.
How much personal level damage is that? The window counts as soak 5.
That's. Oh man, can I shoot from my orange bullets?
Yeah, if you want.
Detonator rounds.
Yeah.
That's 8 pierce. Oh no, that's less good.
What?
Stat wise.
Well, yeah, I mean, for blasting through canopies, that would make sense because detonator rounds are explosive. They add blast 5.
Yeah, can I fake that out and say I have pierce 3, 8 plus 3 is
I mean, you could use standard rounds because
11. Yeah, just my regular rounds is 11 pierce 3. That is 1 off from killing him.
He's a pilot, not a stormtrooper. He has a soak of 2. Maybe not even that. Pilot, yeah, he has a soak of 2, wounds of 12. He has 14. Oh, he's actually harder to kill than a stormtrooper. How is a pilot harder to kill than a stormtrooper? This is another one of those weird things. Scroll over here. Yeah, he is actually harder to kill than a stormtrooper. It's weird.
Yeah, I have 11 pierce 3 damage.
Okay. I'm still going to count it as you kill him because you made the shot. Or at least wound him enough that he careens into the canopy below and the trees. And now it's just you 2. There's still not been any radio communication. So, Dane, as far as you're concerned, you're being chased by a Imperial police speeder.
Pull the vehicle over.
That's what you hear on comms.
I can't pull over.
Do we recognize those voices immediately?
Now we would turn off the lights and siren and be like, We were supposed to meet at the Nexu fields. You guys are shit at following plans.
Yeah, we gave you a whole message and everything. Like, how do you fuck this up?
You just get on the transport ship and go to the transport, and then we'll get you. You don't have to steal a ship.
Their ship might be in better shape than ours. We should probably land it.
Actually, they're both in almost ideal shape, except for the one that was stolen from the prison has a beeping going on in the
Tracker, yeah.
cockpit. Yeah.
Right. We want to get rid of that. Well, we put it on autopilot and send it off.
Yeah, I
So, yeah,
mean,
we land.
if you guys want to land, everyone can just hop into the one that you already have, and eventually the other one will just fly itself back to base.
Yeah. Well, can we set it on like a circuitous route where it just like wanders around for a bit and then goes to base?
You
Well,
could, you could, but the safety will kick in.
we still have the plan of we still got bodies that we gotta shit out with the Nexu and stuff.
Yeah, but we need to, get away from here first before more stormtrooper things show up.
Right. So you want to leave this responder airspeeder?
Or let's just crash the airspeeder.
Right. That's what I'm
Argon
saying.
was trying to escape. A tactical responder came to help. All the TIE fighters exploded. Tactical responder successfully shoots down Argon and his mates.
Just launch it right into this tree right here at top speed. Flap.
All right.
Yeah,
Do we,
let's
do
do
we have
that.
anybody good enough to plot that autopilot course?
Yeah, that's going to be just a simple piloting check. So
Put a brick on the gas pedal.
you can also do a mechanics check if you want. Either way would work.
Or just
Brick
gets in
on
and
the
crashes it
gas
into a
pedal.
tree manually.
And then
It's not
walks
that
out.
hard, you idiots. Boom.
Oh man, that's something Gar would do too.
2 purples.
Mm-hmm. No, I said simple. No purples.
Fuck.
So Gar gets in it and just crashes it into a tree.
That's not what happens. Hookers is like, I got it, and he hits the autopilot button and he points it at the tree, and as he steps out, the ship is like, return to base mode enabled, and it starts flying off towards base at its standard speed. You guys want to chase it down and shoot it out of the sky?
Yeah, let's shoot it down.
Yep. Probably should have done that already.
So, I'm not going to make you roll for the rest of it, but like a comedy scene of as the thing flies back and you guys shoot the shit out of it and eventually shoot it down.
We
Everyone's
turn around, the bodies are still in our car.
and you guys get to fly back to base. Fantastic. Kyle got paid. He's super happy with this stuff. He bids you adieu. And I'm gonna switch us back to. You guys want to go to the Mechanist District? Or you want to go all the way back to your base? Oh, that's another question. Do you want to fly this thing all the way back to your base? Or you want to drop it off in the woods again?
Yeah, this is our secret thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe we should dig a hole out in the woods for all of our shady shit.
I was kind of
Yeah,
saying
that's
you guys
that's deep storage.
You guys want to set up a spot somewhere, like make a little hut or something, put some twigs over top of it.
Yeah, I think the next two fields. It'll be perfect.
Okay.
People will stay away from.
You mean where they have a work detail that they take out there?
Not anymore.
That'd be funny as shit. You guys put the work order in for there, and they're like, we don't know what they're supposed to be doing there, but we got this work detail that never happened.
They just keep sending people.
Yeah. So yeah, would you just tell me where you want it? We'll set something up real quick.
I mean, we could try to. Isn't Duke over here somewhere? No, that's a different map.
Yeah, no, he's the Nexu fields are to the east of where Duke is.
Gotcha.
But you could fly it to Duke's if you wanted to risk that. I'm not sure he'd be real thrilled about having a hot Imperial transport. That's the kind of thing they would just shoot him for.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking somewhere close and well known. I mean, right here by the pond is really nice.
Can't we just put it in the pond?
you can just put it in the pond. It's not actually meant to go underwater, but if you put it in the shallows and you leave enough of the top of it in the canopy that the engine doesn't get flooded, you could drag like debris over top of it and put it in the water, and it would be harder to detect. It would also be more difficult to get out later on.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay. It's actually relatively easy to do.
Nice and hidden.
You find some pink lily pads. They're huge. You just put them over top of it.
Right.
Roll me a survival check. 2 purples. Let's see how good of a job you do.
We're good at survival. Difficulty?
2 purple. The party's reunited. Let's see. Gotta get Dane.
And it feels so good.
Dane go. Alright, I got a copy of them. There we can use that. How'd you guys do on your survival checks?
No, it didn't go that well.
Crikey? How'd you
Oh,
do?
I didn't roll one because he did so terrible.
I put the net over top of this dead body instead of the ship.
Did you fail that bad? No, it's just
Oh yeah.
it's just one failure.
Yep.
Okay.
I succeeded.
So your one failure is going to be that part of the fins are out, and also a little bit of water has gotten into the cabin because you forgot there was a hole in the like you sealed the doors really good, and you think it water coming in, and you both look back at the big hole in the back, like, oh shit, yeah, that's right. There's a hole in the bag. So
No back.
there's going to be some water in there, which is going to make it more difficult to get it out. And the Wookiee is going to be super unhappy because Wookiees don't like water.
Yeah. I can't believe I had to get so wet. But
But
it's hidden, right?
Yep. You guys set up a campfire because it's getting dark. And the other problem is now you got to get back to your vehicle.
Right. So maybe we should camp here. Unless one of you guys can call Ryan to come out here.
We left our vehicle at its old hiding spot. We got Kenny G can go bring it in. But that's still like we're days away from the city, right?
Not by airspeeder, but you are hours away. You're going to be camping here for the night regardless.
Yeah. So we'll call Kenny up, see if he'll meet us out here with the speeder.
So you guys just got your buddy Dane back. Y'all want to have any kind of conversation?
Hey, that was prison, mate.
I did.
You get another hole in your chest?
Yeah, it's the worst thing ever. I completely.
Have
My-
you
my
considered
brain-
wearing armor?
I'm working on it. I didn't consider the amount of armor I was supposed to wear when I got thrown in when I went to bed and then just woke up in prison.
Oh, you should probably always consider things like that.
I'll
You never
always-
know when you're gonna just wake up in prison.
Uh,
Frankie and I have woken up in prison all the time.
You get your buddies out.
I don't know if I believe that, but yeah. Yeah, no. As soon as I got in prison, I feel like every decision I made was the worst decision ever, and it was a weird thing. I got extremely dumb in prison. My range of thought processes and prison were.
Some people just aren't cut out for the prison life, man.
Nope. I dropped the soap many times. It was.
I don't want to know that.
So
What? Soap's really slippery.
Rogan and Yar are going to be pretty pissed off at Argon. And as you
Yeah,
guys are
Rogan, how you doing, guys?
as you
Good to see
guys
ya.
are having that conversation, they're like cracking their knuckles over here like, you son of a bitch.
I've got beer and popcorn. Craig and I are going to be watching this.
Hey
Right.
guys, it took a little longer than normal, but hey, we got a chance to get you out. I was excited about that. I got some new friends here that actually helped out with the whole thing.
But to be fair, he only broke you out because they put a bounty on him, and he needs you guys' help to clear the bounty.
Longer than normal. When was the last time you got us thrown in jail? We took the rap for you. We said it was our ship that was there that you just left, never came back to talk to us.
Not to mention the fact that you were all like, it's my ship, guys. It's totally legit. The Black Sun are after it. It's their ship.
Not even gonna say you're sorry? This is gonna feel so good.
I think Argon's about to get his ass beat. Did you mute yourself again? No dubs? Yep, he's definitely getting his ass beat.
Or is he killed over because of Yar's voice?
No, I think Yar's voice is the best.
It's definitely one of my favorites of Kizik's.
Yeah, I mean, considering
I mean, that's a low bar.
Duros are supposed to have really deep voices, so this is even better.
I think it's 100% accurate.
No dubs.
As I see that he's about to get his ass whooped, I sort of get on all fours to create a table to make it easier to push Argon over.
Oh, okay. I was about to say you don't want to get in this, man. You got 4 hit points.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to make it easier to take down Argon.
Yeah, no.
I
When
because
Dane stands up to do that, Craigie and I offer him a beer, some popcorn, and tell him just sit down and watch the show. Argon's not going to need any help.
Yep.
All right. How do I get this Argon face off of me?
Plastic surgery, man. It'd be pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure that part's permanent.
Also, you got to put your head right here on the kitty, and we're going to give you a little surgery because you look real bad, man.
I definitely have had better days.
You guys are having this conversation in the background. The Lester brothers are just raffle stomping Argon. Since Thodubs is not on comms at the moment, I think he's done his Bluetooth thing again.
Did you guys get a green hat for me?
What?
I feel naked without my hat on.
Oh no, we didn't bring your clothes.
All right, that's fine. At least it's nice to not be in jail.
Yeah, and we thought we were gonna have to fight a bunch of Imperial troopers, and then we're gonna swoop out of here, and we're gonna leave your body there. Like, it was a real good plan.
No, not his body. Argon's body.
Yeah. It's tough because his face just looks like Argon. It's pretty cool.
I actually do love the fact that right up until the 11th hour, it did go like pretty well.
Can you guys hear me?
There we go. You're back. You're in the background getting your ass beat by your 2 best friends.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. I kind of was listening to some of that going, what the heck?
So
Yeah, hey, well, okay.
I was gonna give you the opportunity to talk your way out of it, but you were muted. So
Yeah, I couldn't talk about anything. Okay.
So they render you unconscious. And in the morning they're gonna go their own ways. You're probably not going to see them again. You can attempt to talk your way out of it, if you want to try to retain them as friends. But they're pretty pissed.
Yeah, I would have liked to have done that, except just I would had their fist in my face.
And hookers all from a beer. We went through a lot to help you guys out.
So
what's your story, Yar?
Yeah, these guys are gonna be like, hey, we really appreciate you guys breaking us out. Like the rest of the party, they're very grateful to. They actually are pretty grateful to Dane too, even though Dane may have made some bad tactical decisions. He had great intentions, And as far as they know, Dane was in on the plan the whole time.
Stuck it
They're
out.
aware Dane was not in on the plan.
No, I knew nothing of anything. I'm still eternally grateful since they picked me up when I was keeled over, and they actually thought that I was worth something. In reality,
They don't leave their friends behind.
In reality, I'm just a checkbook.
Yeah, they don't leave their friends behind.
Come on, guys. I know I'm not the greatest with a gun or the greatest with anything, but I that was a bit rough.
He's gonna go to med school.
Yeah.
So morning starts to approach. This area is much less dangerous than it was before, so you guys are pretty safe. Someone has depopulated the Nexu around here, a significant amount. And as morning comes up, I don't have this token here, but Kenny G rolls up with the skiff. Honk honk. Y'all ready to go?
Some nice gentle music on my ears.
Yeah, we need to get out of here. My stump's really itchy.
Yeah, man, let's get you some medical attention.
Let's see if we can find a sponsor to help attach that arm.
A sponsor. That's the Dane we all know and love.
Hey, we still got to pay for this stuff.
So as you guys are rolling off, I'm going to flip a dark side token. There's an Imperial Rescue Patrol that's like examining the wreckage that's stopping all the traffic on the road. And a group of stormtroopers is going to stop the speeder. Now realize Argon and the Lesters are still in prison uniforms. So as you guys see this checkpoint, you would probably want to make last-minute preparations. I'll give everyone like a quick, you can do a one-action style thing where they see you.
Lose the prison guard.
Well, you gonna be naked?
Yeah, I'll go naked.
Okay.
And hide.
Yeah, I'm like, is there a, like, on the skiff, is there a box that's big enough for me to just hide in?
Let's roll chance. You want red or you want blue?
I'll go red.
All right, red's good. It came up 2 blues. There's a single tarp. You can hide under a cover if you want.
Yeah, I'll hide under the tarp.
Okay, Dane's covered up. What about the Lester brothers?
Can we just strip them naked and put ropes around their necks like they're slaves?
Oof. You can try that.
Right, I don't really appreciate that there.
I don't either, but I don't want to go to jail. Oh,
Let's
wait,
just
here you
turn-
go. I give one of them my cloak.
Okay. One of them now looks like a native hunter dude.
Technically, it could hold both of them. I'm bigger than them.
Roll another chance dice. How does this go? Okay, they both squeeze into it and lay down tarp style. It's big enough that it's like another blanket, and they lay down like they're a corpse in the back. So basically, you've got a tarp with Dane under it, and you've got the Lester brothers underneath. They're trying to make themselves look like a wild animal you've killed.
Yeah, can Argon maybe roll a smuggler check? Oops, sorry, didn't mean to grab him.
Yeah.
Am I awake?
Yeah, you're awake. They didn't beat you to kill you. They beat you to be like, like bar brawl style, like.
We would
I
have
thought
stepped
I
back
thought I
in
was
the morning.
unconscious. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right. What's a fist fight among brothers? It's just the way it works.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
not,
everybody goes and gets a beer later.
they're not there yet, but they will be. But yeah, you guys roll up on it. We can. So Argon is a smuggler. This is the kind of thing he does. He can try to use his skill set to get you out of this situation. As the Imperial's like, stop, we have to inspect your speeder.
Hey, how's it going, guys? What you guys have got some stuff going on?
Yes, we're stopping all traffic coming through here. There's been a prison break, and we're looking for escaped prisoners. We need to search your vehicle, please.
Oh man, seriously, we got to do that. Geez, we really got a place to get to. I wish you guys luck. This is terrible. We just been out here, camping, and we're doing some hunting as well. We just need to get back home.
All right, give me their discipline.
My cool is nice.
All right, yeah, but it's not cool. It's deception.
Fine.
Um, and there's 4 of them. So technically, that's a stupidly hard check to make. Because their discipline is ranked up for each one. Basically, it's a 3 red deception check. But yeah, you can roll it.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, boss.
You know that beast, just the device that I have that makes the sounds?
Yeah, the lore.
Yeah. I'd like to set it for next you.
And have your finger on the button.
Yeah. It just like no, I'm gonna make it like make sounds like they're coming from the grasses nearby.
But you want it to sound like Nexu, not attract Nexu.
Yes, I want it to sound like next to you. So and then we're gonna all point our guns towards the towards, or not guns, but turn there like whoa.
It's a really good distraction. Why don't you roll me a survival check to program it at 2 purples? However many successes you have, I will downgrade Thodubs' check by.
I'm gonna go ahead and flip a token here because
It's important.
this is important.
Okay.
They be coming after our mate.
Turn 2 of those reds into purples as your allies suddenly start firing out at the Nexu sounds that are coming from the purple bushes beside you. Say, oh my god, they're coming again!
I would like to tell these guys to take cover, as these beasts are considerably more dangerous than regular Nexu.
Okay, still didn't pass it. So
Nope.
for a split second, it does work though. They dive for cover. They've blatantly dealt with Nexu again. They're not fucking around. They throw hand grenades into the bushes, which all go off like ripple effect. And they're like, yeah. And did you roll advantage? You didn't. So the problem is that you forget to turn the lure off, so the explodey hole in the ground still makes the noise. They're like, wait a minute. And now we're in combat time. Who wants to go first?
So I'd like to dive into the bushes.
Okay, you can jump off there and dive into the bushes if you want. That was a maneuver. What's your action?
I'm gonna shoot one of them with an arrow.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a say, I'm assuming it's a heavy range check.
Let me check. Yeah, it's heavy.
Okay.
It is
They're at medium range from your position.
that 2 purple?
Yep.
And I've got some arrows. Isn't one of the arrows better for like going through armor?
I think so.
The broadhead has pierce, I think.
Yeah, that's Pierce 1 and Vicious 1. Okay, so it's Pierce 2 if you use the broadhead. I'll use a broadhead.
How much you do?
Nothing. It whizzes right by him.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yep.
You all get a surprise round, so everybody can go next.
So I had a sniper rifle shooting wildly into the bushes. I turn it towards them and pull the trigger.
Now they're at medium range, so for your rifle, that is a 3 purple check. Oof. All right. I would assume you want that triumph to just eliminate a minion.
Yes, please.
Okay. And then you do how much?
That's 11 Pierce 2.
So
Pierce
you
3.
blow the head of one through the head of another.
I see 2 lined up pretty good right at the front of the ship.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
So officially, yes, you do get 2. So you blast one outright. The second one, I'm just gonna say you pull the trigger twice. Oh, you say you lined up those 2. You can do you can have both of those in the one shot. Gets both
Choo!
fashion. You triumphed. So that hits pretty hard. And you rolled at any advantage? No, you rolled threat. Okay, so for your threat, this is going to scatter these 2, and they're going to get into cover. And it's going to add a setback to the next person who makes an attack against them. And who's going to take the next surprise round?
Hey,
I have a question because you have a stump and a hook. What are you shooting?
yeah, I guess I can't be using my bowcaster, can I?
You can if it has auto cocking, or if you take a full action to reload it with your feats.
Right. Is it loaded now?
I'm gonna say yes. You probably would have already had it loaded.
All right. Then I'm gonna shoot at this guy, and then I'll cock it with my feet.
Okay.
Because it's fun to say.
Right? So normally it'd be 2 purples, but because you only have 1 arm, it's 1 red, 1 purple.
Damn. You said he's uncovered. Is that black?
Yeah, you had 1 black because you're the next one to go.
How about that?
Okay, so here's how this goes down. Crikey lets out a battle cry and fires somehow twice, blowing both of those guys apart. His bowcaster is done a thing that you're not quite sure how it did, but since he rolled 2 triumphs, you guys realize that these V-35s must have been commandeered and probably would make good assets for Rogan and Yar to maybe grab, giving them the opportunity to have vehicles to go away. And that the stormtroopers are almost certainly going to have some stuff on them that might be worth taking. So, who wants to search a stormtrooper?
A naked Dane emerges.
He gets the black skin suit from one of the stormtroopers that's only missing a head.
Sure. Yeah, I'll also search.
Ooh, it's a double triumph. You find a green hat.
Yes. Why the
Don't
hell
say I
is your
never gave you anything.
Right?
It's got blood all over the inside.
It's okay. It'll wash off. I'm probably
Right.
gonna go find. I'm gonna go find another sponsor for this.
Crikey, what would you like to find? Ooh, you rolled a double triumph. In one of the V-35 land speeders, you open it up, and there is a cybernetic arm.
No shit.
It's a pretty decent one. It can take all sorts of attachments.
It's pretty expensive too. Yeah, I'll handle that.
Yeah.
I get it.
So we're gonna call that a +1 dexterity arm. I believe they come in that flavor.
Okay.
Argon, what do you search for? Bookers, what do you search for?
They're looking for people. I'm gonna try to find me some information. I want to see who. I want to see what they know. I guess I'm gonna crack open one of the V-33 land speeders and look at its records.
Well, it's a civilian vehicle they confiscated for the search.
Come on.
Its
that's
records
less
aren't that good, but we'll say that one of these guys is the designated intelligence guy for his unit, and he has a data pad, and he was playing solitaire when he got shot, so it's actually unlocked.
Nice.
So what do you want to know? You have a limited amount of time to access it. What do you want to know off the Imperial data net? You basically have access to the intelligence net on the planet.
Are they looking into hookaroos and our industry for stealing anything or hacking anything?
As a group, no. They do know that Argon, in quotation marks, escaped as one of the people, and he's listed as missing. And you have the ability to change that entry.
Yeah, I'd like to make Argon dead.
Okay, you switch MIA to KIA. No one will notice that. It's just one letter.
I guess Yar and Rogan also get KIA'd.
Okay, you inform them they're going to need to find someone to make them a new identity. You KIA them. Anything else?
I look around, guys. I got like 5 minutes, or no, maybe 2 minutes. You guys want to do anything to the Imperials?
Yeah. I'm going to use my Nexu claw gauntlet, to make it look like these guys got killed by Nexu,
Okay.
and or
yeah.
shot themselves trying to defend themselves from the Nexu.
Okay. Do you look for anything special while you're doing that?
Yeah. If they've been out here, they've probably taken all kinds of stuff from the other hunters in the area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for trophy skins. I want to make some new armor.
You find 2 perfect Nexu pelts.
Sweet.
They were obviously trying to make cloaks out of them. Okay. You're all sorted. Now you can go back home.
I like how out of all of that, I just got a green hat.
And clothes. Why people are grabbing things? Okay. Here on the side, actually, the Lester brothers are gonna ride off into the sunset, to go get new identities and start over. And they're like, "How are we gonna tell Mom about this?" And yeah, that's gonna be it for breaking them out. You managed to. Now Argon needs a new name as soon as he get his mic working again.
I think I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, well, I can hear you now.
All right, great.
So you guys ride off into the sunset. I'm going to bring you back. Where do you want to go from here?
Back home, go to our place. We need to find a cyber installer for.
All right, so do you want to go to the Mechanist District, or you want to go all the way back to your base of operations?
What's in the Mechanist District?
That's where
That's where we gotta go.
that's where you live, man.
Also, it's probably where you're gonna have to install that arm.
Yeah.
They don't install themselves.
This map is the Mechanist District.
Yeah, let's go to this one.
Guys, roll up. And feel free to shop around. Let me know what you need.
Dane needs to change his face so he looks like Dane again.
The
Argon needs to find a buddy.
doctor is back open, the cyber surgery.
Need a body for what?
You need to find a buddy to give you a new ID. You got to pick a new
right.
name.
Gotcha. Definitely.
So I'm gonna talk to Bacon over here.
Okie dokie.
Put me arm on the table and then me stump.
He's gonna be like, yeah, considering what you guys did for me and how well that worked out, and he points to a monitor on the channel. It is like, second Imperial Star Destroyer has catastrophic failure. He's I'm gonna go ahead and put that on for free.
All right, it's a good day. I actually found this.
So Crikey, I'm gonna get his see, I gotta go to Empire. scroll up, get that cybernetic arm picture. Get your token.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go. Cybernetic arm. All right, who's next?
Face reconstructive surgery.
Oh, Dane doesn't know where it is. That's even better. Yeah, man, you just gotta go in that room there.
Huh?
That's
What?
true. Yeah, you've never actually met this guy. You were unconscious last time you were here.
Yep.
I walk him over.
You walk. Yeah, you walk in, and he's like, "Ah, there's my handiwork. I can't believe you lived." Hey, did you figure out how to access your slicer kit in your arm?
I had a slicer kit in my arm?
So no, you didn't. While I was you had some holes, and I put stuff in to fill the holes. Your guys paid me really well. Let's get you over here, and I'll give you a refresher on what you've got. So long story short, Dane has that little transponder in his arm. Has a probe, like a droid access probe, that shoots out of his hand like a Wolverine style, and he can stick that into computer banks and have access to a integrated slicer kit that's in his arm. That's kind of the functionality you were using to trick the DNA scanners. So anytime you need to make a computer's check, even though you don't have slicer abilities, you can use it as though you have a slicer kit.
Man, where's the monitor for that? Like, does it show up in his chest or something? Can I use him as a slicing kit?
It's tied into his neural interface. So like he sees letters and numbers in his head when he does it.
Yeah, I might have to do some studying up and learn how to be a slicer.
So Aiken's like, hey, I can make you look like whatever you want. You don't have to have your old face back. Not that I'm saying you're ugly or anything. Just, you're here. We're doing the surgery. What do you think? I could give you some Zabercorns. Zabercorns are cool. Very in style.
I'm a fan of just being fairly average looking dude. That way I can.
Okay, that's what you want. He puts you under. You have this moment of extreme anxiety when you suddenly can't move again. And you almost vaguely remember being on this table before. He does charge you $3,000 to get your face back. Cookers, while he's under, what do you do?
I'm walking around to all the businesses, just hobnobbing it up, being the local guy.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking mainly for the next big hunt.
Okay, so everyone is talking about this expedition that went to the Lost City. And while it was in the Lost City, it was trying to, do some archaeological stuff. And a giant worm of some kind attacked it. And there's like video of everyone jumping into the air speeders, like them running like Blair Witch style project, like running to their speeders. And like they turn around with the camera in one speeder, and this giant worm has come out of the ground and grabbed one of the air speeders and driven it back into the ground. You don't get a super good look at it, but whatever it is, everyone is talking about it, and it was the size of a building.
Like it was a worm.
It was a worm.
Like it didn't have arms and legs.
Ew.
Yeah, I'm
But it
starting
was
putting
the size
together.
of a building, like 97 meters tall.
Like, yes, like a skyscraper tall. Although at 97 meters is the exact number you go with, but
That's what it was described as in Wikipedia.
I'm not sure this thing is in Wikipedia, but I'll look real quick. Oh no, it's
Not
gotta
a,
be.
it's not a Zillow beast, is it?
No, that's not a worm.
Okay, good. Just checking because I was looking into those.
Mm-hmm. I decided not to throw those at you, despite a certain Kizik pushing really hard for one of those.
Fair, I don't know how we'd kill it unless we jumped inside it and tried to kill it from the inside.
I'll be honest with you, that's one of the reasons I didn't throw one at you.
Because we jump inside it and try to kill it from the inside.
Well, because it would kill the party. So, but yeah, there's a giant worm that it just ate that speeder, and like everyone's talking about like that archaeology. Because he sold that footage, but he's like, I want to go back and finish studying the city. I think that worm and its prodigy are what destroyed the city in the first place, and I want to prove it.
I'm gonna give him a call.
Okay. Through your connections, you could definitely get a hold of him.
Yeah, I'm gonna run it by the team first, but I said I think we found us our next big hunt.
A
I'm
worm the
gonna,
size of a building. I'm in.
yeah, we got a Wookiee with a cybernetic arm. We got a guy with a green hat that looks like a guy with a green hat.
Oh, I gotta go visit the armor guy.
Yeah, we got to get everyone through a quick round of shopping real quick. So, Hookers, anything else you want to look at? Any of these shops that you're looking for something specific while we're here? You guys are going to have some downtime because it's going to take Crikey a while to get an arm installed and then, get used to using the arm. And then Dane needs a new face. So we are talking like a week or so at a minimum.
Now, who am I seeing about a new ID?
That's a good question.
I'll be the hacker guy.
That's a good lead. You got a couple of those. You know 3 of them already.
Well, I got that Slicer guy, right? Doesn't that Grin or whatever his name is?
You could approach him and ask him about it. So how does that conversation go? You roll up to Grin. He's basically, up to this point, he has been helping you unlock locked cards. Basically, he's like a credit card scanner guy. So how do you approach him about this?
Hey Grin, how you doing? I know we were working with you a while ago on some stuff, but looking for a new ID.
What sort of new ID are you looking for?
Complete a new ID, both DNA and cards as well.
Oh, you want a chain code modification?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, let me see what I can do about that. I may not be the direct guy that can do it, but I might know someone who can.
Sounds good.
Probably going to run you about 50,000 credits.
H.
Do you have 50,000 credits?
I do not.
We do not.
So
Price on the worm's head?
at the moment, there isn't a set value to that.
Damn, maybe we can talk that archaeologist into a couple $100,000 for it.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
It's also worth noting, and I did mention this in the beginning, that your chain code is your bank account. So any money that you had in the bank account, you would need transferred over as part of this transaction, or you would have to give up that money.
We just end up transferring it over to Dane
So I get
when we can afford to do the full everything, right?
Well, I'd like to point out that just because he quoted you 50K doesn't mean that that's the only way to do it.
Also haggle.
Yeah, well, there's that, and you also went to, you have friends who do this, and he's not one of them.
Yeah, let's
Copy.
Yeah, get a second opinion.
Like, there's that Kyle guy that helped you with a big job. There's the Harvey dude. You know a pirate who probably knows somebody. You've got a lot of local connections you could push. You are basically folk heroes at this point. I don't know about folk heroes might be a little bit extreme, but you are definitely this is your community. These are your people at this point. You don't have to just go to the random street slicer and ask.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, well, thanks for the information there, Grin. We're gonna go and get a second opinion there. So yeah, I think we need to go talk to what's it, Kyle again? Talk to him and.
Okay. So you guys ring Kyle up, and he once again is like, I could ask you for credits, but I know you're short up on them. Let me ask around and see if anyone needs favors that fit your particular skill set, and maybe we can trade favors. How's that sound?
That sounds perfect. Thanks a lot, Kyle.
Okay. Let me do one more transaction for someone, and then I'll come back to that.
Random question: does Gar still have his jetpack?
Hmm?
When we stole that tactical mauler, Gar was in a jetpack behind it.
Yeah, I still have my jetpack.
That was a not a hmm.
Yeah. It is right here.
So, what's the follow-up question?
I didn't hear about it for a while.
That's
And
good.
Gar is an exceptional pilot.
Oh.
I mean, to be fair, Gar didn't really know he was that good of a pilot.
That sounds like you're trying to tease another player into killing themselves.
I hear that. I'm probably not gonna fall for it.
Okay.
We're about to go fight a giant worm.
Jetpack could be useful if you weren't trying to stab it with a stick. I don't know that the jetpack's gonna help with stick stabbing.
I feel like with the right angle, it'll help it.
Shoot down its mouth.
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
The giant worm?
Yeah, I mean, you think like we could poison it?
Right, and you put your hand inside a Dianaga's mouth with a grenade, and you want to poison a worm?
Yeah, because putting my hand inside of the mouth, while it was effective, was very painful and not a very bright idea.
Skyscraper
man.
sized. We could probably just fly a ship inside it and kill it from the inside.
Maybe not a ship. I am trying to get you guys a copy of the picture of part of it.
I don't want to be on the inside, you know? Seems a little unsafe to be on the inside, which, because that means you've been eaten, right?
Technically true.
I mean, was your
I don't
hand
know if it counts
eaten?
as being eaten if you go in on your own volition.
Right, like, I can let something bite my hand. I don't want to be eaten. That's the next step after being bitten. I already got bit. It didn't work out too well for me. I'd like to not go back to that or past that point with another animal.
You know, that makes sense. Chris, I need to go see the armor guy and ask him if he can try to get a trophy hunter's armor commissioned.
Trophy hunter.
So apparently it's like beast hide armor, except it's soak 2 instead of soak 1. If you look up hunter's trophy armor,
Okay. Looks it from?
that would be no disintegration.
Yeah.
If you commission it, it's rarity 6 and it costs 1,000. If you buy it off of somebody that's already made it, it's rarity 9, 2,000.
With those Mexu skins.
We got all kinds of parts.
Oh man, could you in some worm skin armor?
Might be a little gross.
Wait, didn't we fight a worm too? There's that one in the cave.
We fought a lot of things.
Spiders. There was the one worm in the cave.
It's going to take a little while for me to get used to my hand. So, I'm just sitting here in the skiff waiting for you guys.
Sorry, guys. You're gonna have to hold on a second. It's being a bitch. All right, one more time. There we go. Okay. There isn't an actual lightning bolt coming out of its mouth. But that's what the face of it looks like right before it consumes the speeder.
I mean, with all those eyes on it, it looks like a bug. That's not a worm.
Worms are bugs.
Ah, that is categorically incorrect.
No, they're both arthropods, which would be the bug family. You're
A
thinking it's not an
worm
insect.
is a segmented worm. It's its own subsection of species.
It's an arthropod.
Man, are you going up one family? Everything is just a living being? We are
Nope.
all worms, man.
Nope. Nope. That's the opposite of everything I just said.
A worm doesn't have a crunchy outer body.
This one looks like it does. So,
Which is why I said it's an insect.
you can wait. Worms can have crunchy outer bodies.
Not if they're worms.
Yeah, no, that's just wrong.
Argon, your comlink rings.
Hello?
Hey, it's Kyle. I found a sponsor for the job you want done. They want a live banshee in return. I've sent you the details to your temporary account that I've set up for you while you're laying low.
Gotcha. Hey, thanks a lot. So that's a even swap then, huh?
Yep. They want it alive.
Oh, they want it alive.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. All right. Any other jobs, or was that the only one?
That's the one I found on the notice you gave me.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll pass this along to the rest of the crew, and we'll have a discussion.
Banshees are native to the world of Umbra. I don't think any of you have been there, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. We're still debating whether or not it's a worm or a bug.
No, I was definitely looking up that segmented worms are their own type of species and are definitely not arthropods.
And I just want you to know that it's going to aggravate you to no end, but the entry in Wikipedia, classification worm, that's what it says. It's also a carnivore.
I mean, Gar's definitely not gonna point out how wrong he is. Utterly wrong.
Also, this one is significantly above average in size.
Wait, Argon wants us to catch a banshee? And we're gonna go. Let me ring up the archaeologist.
Okay, give him a call. You do have the connections. You can just, make that call.
Hey man, this is Hookers from Pirated Pickled Eyes LLC. We're a bounty hunter, or not a bounty hunter. We're a big game hunting crew, and we like to film big game. Do you have a license to hunt that big thing?
So technically, a license doesn't exist to hunt it. However, I have a license to clear the site. And the site allows me to clear anything that's in the way. So, yes, technically I do.
You getting a lot of calls to clear it?
There are a number of interested parties for getting it done. Most of them are the big game hunters that want to be the first to take one down and mount it, and they want to see if there's more of them out there to have.
But you don't want that.
I don't really care either way, if I'm being completely honest. I want to prove that they are the reason the city was abandoned in the beginning. And I think that
So you want to tell a story?
I'm an
bounty.
archaeologist.
Yeah. My bounty hunter crew comes with a bonus of I'm filming everything. So we can let you tell your story of how these things destroyed the civilization, and we can tell the story of how this thing was destroyed.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, obviously, I intend to make a documentary myself of this and make some money off of it. So I'm not positive I would want you to be. I'm not positive that's as much of a plus as you think it is. If you're going to be directly competing with me over the licensing rights of this story.
Oh, no, man. You tell your own story. We're just going to tell the story of what it is, where it was, and how we took it out. We've got a number of references if you're interested.
Well, I mean, obviously, I can't stop you from hunting it. But I don't know. We'll have to talk about whether or not you'll be right for the next expedition I take out there. I'm not positive our goals are mutually exclusive. I can't break this thing to the world as a first reveal if you've already shown it on your show now, can I?
I mean, your show can come out. We're still in like way pre-post processing. I'm still editing things. Like, well, yeah. Your story is your story, man.
Well,
we could discuss your story over drinks.
Well, that certainly sounds nice. I am still negotiating with several different hunter groups. We'll meet sometime if you're interested, and talk about it. See what your group brings to the table that the others don't. I may also bring more than one group, so if I do that, you'd certainly be welcome to join. I suspect after watching this thing take out about half of other mercenaries we had guarding us from rancors, amongst other things, that I'm probably going to need more than one group.
Yeah, man. It's up to you. Like we're very capable and looking forward to working with you.
Okay. So I think everybody's sorted with the stuff that they need. You guys have leads for both the worm and the banshee. What would you guys? How would you guys like to proceed from here?
All right, everybody, gather around. It's family dinner time. We got a giant worm that we're trying to catch. Like we know where it is, and I've already talked to the guy, and he's probably gonna bring lots of people there because it's giant. I think Argon said he's looking for a like glowing, flying, death thing, and Crikey is still getting his arm. Oh, man, that thing moves fast. Watch out. Dane's getting used to his old face again, and Gar looks very happy. I think he either killed 8 or bought some armor. Do we want to go after the giant snail? No, what is it? No, it's a worm. No, I'm gonna call it a worm. Or do we want to go after the banshee, or do we want to go after something I haven't thought yet?
So
I want to go after that worm, but I want to do it smart. You can't just go up to a worm, right? Maybe we should get prepped.
We're gonna need a bigger
Strong
gun.
people. Yeah. Penetrating guns.
Like mining lasers?
Yeah, it's a good idea, but you got to get it to the surface, right?
I
We can
mean,
water it.
that's what a mining laser's for. We go under after it.
you're really trying to go underground after a worm?
No, that'd be terrible footage, man. It was a joke.
I'd really like to go for that worm, but the only catch is if we start running into any troops or troopers or anything like that, we're gonna end up getting my ID run, and I need to get that switched out so I don't get that KIA changed.
Or you put some kind of like hidden thing in the thing, and then nobody knows where you are. That was a bad. Like you just hide yourself in our little skiff.
Yeah, we can work on getting a better.
We're
die.
just a team of 4, not a team of 5. Until there aren't any stormtroopers, then surprise, they're a team of 5 the whole time.
Why don't we make bait that explodes? Get the worm to eat it and just explode it.
Yeah, that's like a real smart plan. We got to figure out what these worms eat and like what kind of thing it is.
They eat speeders. You,
was-
you watched the
I
video.
was about to say you've seen it eat people.
Ate a whole town, right? Whole city.
Well, specifically, they ate a video. They don't know about the city.
That's
I'm
what,
sorry, they ate a speeder. They know they ate a speeder because it's on video.
that's what that
From
guy.
the
Well, when
speeder
you say
trivia.
they, you mean multiple, right? As little ones.
I don't know.
The
Well,
archae-
we
the-
should find that out.
The archaeologist seems to think so, but you're not going to get any solid answers about that because it's an abandoned city. Nobody's been there.
So, Chris, it turns out there's an easier way to get my armor. It's just a
make
mod.
it.
But
Oh,
also, there's just a mod you can add to the one that I have that's slightly better and much cheaper.
excellent. You can go that route. I mean, I was going to give you the other one too. I just wanted to read the description first.
Essentially the same as Beast Warrior armor or whatever it is, Beast Pad armor. It's just more special.
Yep. Just need more soak.
Yeah, pretty much. One more soak.
I would like to point out, since we're talking about armor, some of you are squishy.
Yeah.
Where?
You may want armor.
Yeah, I probably should actually bought something back there. Yeah.
You guys can still commission sales and stuff from here. You just gotta tell me specifically what you want.
There's plenty of good stuff in the vendor.
Yeah, no,
There is.
I was looking at the whatchamacallit, not I guess this pattern armor has 2 soak. There was like the mountaineering armor, which had hard points, and I was gonna use some of those hard points to get the soak up even more.
Okay. You can purchase a set of mountaineering armor. That's pretty easy.
That was 1,800 credits.
What about you, Argon? You're still pretty squishy.
I am. I'm trying to get a hold of my book here.
I'd like to visit the doctor too. I got a couple of criticals.
You should definitely do that. So it's 100 credits in a day per critical. Just sit in the back of the tank.
I look at Dane's currently starting to get infected. Wound be like, maybe you should go to the doctor too.
Yeah, yeah, there we go.
Make sure you deduct those credits.
I've got.
Okay. I think you guys have enough time to at least start prepping, if not go out after one of the 2 objectives you have. I'm going to let you talk amongst yourselves for a second while I take another bio break, and I'll be right back.
So for Argon, I know that we just had lots of scans of who everybody was since we were going and breaking people out of prison. How big of a threat do we really think that is?
Yeah, I have no idea. That was kind of a concern, though. I mean, if we're going after a worm, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to bump into other people or other things that are going to be doing scans.
Yeah, the worm is also by an abandoned city. Granted, there's the one archaeologist, but it's also by an abandoned city. But I can understand your point. And I guess the other question I have as far as these credit cards. Yes, we do want to get you a new bio and a new set of a new identity.
Well, the way I see it, we just transfer the money over to the account for everyone here for the company, and then transfer back.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we can go ahead and do that if you trust me. Now, granted, I'm still cautious as I went to the doctor once and woke up in prison. So you should definitely trust me since you did that and you threw me in jail.
Well, sad part is I probably trust you more than the other ones.
You meet the other people that went with you on this mission to save your friends that we have zero contact with that you sold down the hill.
And I've
Those
been
ones,
and I've been
those,
catching hell for it since then.
as you should, because you haven't even said thank you to the people who came together and definitely shouldn't care about you at all, but did.
So
Eh.
I think the worm's okay. Back in the production when we made movies, there were a few special effects guys that might be able to wire some explosive stuff. If I do think that trying to get the worm to eat something and having it explode makes the most sense. It's the easiest way to kill this thing.
Kenny G is gonna be like, I think if there were an easy way to kill it, it'd already be dead.
True. Of the very difficult ways, the way that is the least difficult is probably to get it to eat something that'll explode.
All right, well, we better try to source some explosives then. That's gonna be fun.
Or poison.
I think that worm is probably able to digest more stuff than Gar. But that's my knowledge. Can we do some sort of xenealogy check to try to find a weakness in this thing?
Can you tell me what the worm is yet?
No.
Would someone like to make a 3 red genealogy check to identify the worm?
Ooh, me.
I can do it too. I can do it.
We should vote. Let's see if we can come up with whatever we come up with. It will be different. You said 3 red?
Yep.
At least have 2 greens.
I describe an earthworm, but big.
He describes his penis.
What he actually does is he goes down a rabbit hole and realizes that those tadpoles he were shitting, usually there's like a thing inside him that's actually like breeding them, which means he's probably going to have another bout if he doesn't do something about it. Turns out he's got an infection.
The doctor.
I'll never heard of him either.
Who rolled that one?
That was me.
For your despair, you accidentally subscribed to like this really expensive newsletter, and you're out 100 credits.
The magazine's called Tremors.
Things make Tremors look like a pussy. You could probably eat a graboid. Anyone else want to make a random attempt at it?
Can I go computers to think it through? Look up large species, or is that just the xenologies?
So, the reason I was rolling it as xenology is partially because I don't think this world. It's going to be a super hard check because, like, this world is not going to have this thing as a listed entity. So, remember, the internet is local to the area you're in, it's not galaxy wide.
Can I roll a lore check about stories about big worms?
Sure, I'll let you roll a lore check. That's the same as a xenology for an education point of view. Well, you don't know anything about it.
Advantageous.
There's lots of,
But I spin you a good story about a worm.
there's lots of anecdotal evidence that killing large worms, a good way is to get them to swallow things.
That
Story's
once
also about
was a
Gar's
man
penis.
named from Nantucket whose worm was so large he could suck it.
I told you.
Yeah. Or we can go like try to meet with the guy, see if he gives us some more information about the worm. Did
Well,
he
he
want to
didn't
come
like
over
you.
for lunch? No, he said he was willing, but then he just kind of stopped talking at the end.
Oh, I thought you were done.
Yeah, I thought he was going to come over for lunch. We could ask him more about his worm.
I mean, archaeologists are very protective of their finds, and you were like, "Let us publish a thing about his thing," and he's like, "No, I don't. That's what I'm doing." So that's how I'm playing it. But
Yeah, I just wanted to charm a guy and tell him stories.
Should we try to negotiate some legalese stuff to make sure that he's okay with us doing what we're gonna do?
take that approach.
Did Hookers just tell us he wanted to go charm a guy and talk about his worm?
I didn't
said
say
he
I
wanted
wanted
to
to
take him out.
charm him. I
He said
wanted
he
to
wanted
take
to
him to
take him-
Take him out for
lunch.
Take him
drinks,
out
charm
on
him,
a
and talk
date,
about his
right.
worm. Right.
Talk about his rather large worm that he can
Large
suck.
worm.
Yeah.
Who's going?
To the dinner?
Yeah.
I'll go. I want to see this.
Crikey. Assuming Hookers is going.
Gar will be there.
Gar is going in his
Sure.
shiny new outfit.
Somebody
You
said,
know
I think it
the-
was Argon. Argon said he wanted to talk about legalese stuff, right?
That was Dane.
That was Dane.
It was Dane, sorry.
Yeah, not me.
What does Argon want to do?
I'll go to the dinner.
Gar's on a liquid diet right now.
It's like pure alcohol.
Acetone.
It is pure alcohol. Yes.
Like that'll
Trying to
kill it.
Yeah, you're trying to kill it, right? Hey, remember when you had worms? That was awful. It would sneak out of your butt at night and try to tickle you.
He's like,
I
these
think
are
that was me.
these are worse. They claw their way out.
Yeah, they
Okay.
sound pretty bad.
All right, so back in your normal corner of the place. Oh, Gar's still here shitting himself. Hold on, let me take care of that.
Oh, man, we hit the tactical mauler here.
Oh, how did that happen?
Don't look under there.
That's weird.
Did you back it up?
Apparently I didn't do it right. I did hit pack, but I guess it didn't do it.
I feel your pain.
Oh yeah, one world. But it's the only tool that does the thing. So let's make Crikey not a giant.
I'm pretty big.
And let me find a token to represent this guy.
Trying to bring a drink to my lips from the table, and the arm is shaking rather badly. Like I've got some control issues that I got to work out. Cinco Jing.
You know, if you was drinking a martini, that'd be a feature, not a bug.
It's making the foam go everywhere.
So Mr. Mort shows up with the other hunting group that he's talking about hiring for this expedition. And it's the Trandoshans from you guys' area.
I wave at them.
And they show up and they're like, oh, it's the freaks. That's so funny. Hey, look what happened to the Wookiee's arm. It's metal now. It's probably a downgrade. Yeah, someone probably ate it.
That's
ate
actually
my
accurate. I think it did eat it. I mean, it also blew up, but it did eat it, right?
Dianaga. Yeah.
So Mr. Mort's like, all right, gentlemen, these are the two groups I'm thinking about taking on the expedition. Let's have some drinks and talk about how this is gonna work.
Hookers comes from over the bar, drinks piled high, looking awesome in his hand.
Hey, Chris, how drunk do I have to get the Trandoshans before I can shit in their beer?
Pretty drunk.
Okay. Goal set.
So I'm assuming that you lean over to Hookers and be like, they need 110%.
Yes, yes. I miss shit in their beer.
Hookers didn't
Including the
know
coffee
that
edition.
Trandoshans were coming, so he serves his buddies first and says, "Let this one open you up. I know you're an archaeologist, so you like things neat. So I went with a martini, shaken, not stirred." And then I hop back over and I give like the strongest thing I can to the Trandoshans.
Okay, so you got some choices. Strongest thing you can. They have something that's basically just fermented wood moss. It's kind of like absinthe. Um, and it's pretty high shelf, highbrow stuff, but it'll not only get them drunk but fuck them up. But it's kind of expensive. And then they've got what is basically just moonshine. Um, it's
Moonshine.
also used for rubbing alcohol purposes.
Yeah, moonshine.
Okay.
As I give it to them, I say, "You guys look pretty strong, so I got you guys something just as strong as you."
It works on them. They're pretty happy. They aren't super like hostile towards you guys. Um, they do not like Crikey specifically because he's a Wookiee. But they kind of look at you guys like um like amateurs who mean well. Like they don't take you seriously, but they're not like actively hostile towards you. So their negotiation with Mr. Mort, like as he's talking about it, they're like, yeah, so we don't actually need these other guys, but if you want to hire them, that's all on you. But the question is being raised of is this a paying gig or are we just doing this for trophies? Because we'll do it just for the trophy.
We were um oh, wow, they come in hard with the big bid. And where's my guy who does the bidding on stuff?
You need
Oh yeah,
dollars and
here's my dollars and cents guy. What kind of things were we looking for? Were we looking for money too, Mister Mort, or do you actually no? Let Mister Mort speak.
So, I mean, obviously, the Trandoshans are automatically in if they're going to do this strictly for the trophy, because I don't care about the worm. However, you guys are hunters, and that trophy might matter to you guys, and this may be something that you two as a group need to hash out. Alternately, I can afford to pay a little bit more than I could a few minutes ago because I don't have to pay these guys now. So it's up to you. But it sounds like they want the trophy.
well, we'll definitely take the pay. As I look over towards Guard to see how disappointing it is, I think we'll be okay if we don't get the trophy for this particular one.
Yeah.
And
So you understand he's not going to pay us. Period.
he said he could pay us.
No, he didn't. He's going to go with them because they're going to do it for free.
He's hiring both groups. He did
Yeah,
say
he can hire multiple people.
he did say that he could afford to pay you guys even a little bit more than he could have before. He just hasn't said how much that is. He's planning on taking both groups.
I misunderstood. I thought it sounded more like he was like, I'm out.
No, I can totally see why you would think that, but no, that's not what he's saying. He's planning on taking both groups, but he also you guys he's been drinking a lot. You would get the impression he doesn't actually think you guys are going to live.
And was Mr. Mort the archaeologist?
Mr. Mort is the archaeologist.
Okay, so the things that I wanted to clear up was who's got the rights for what, since he's trying to film a documentary and we're trying to film a documentary as well.
That's going to be very contentious. As far as he's concerned, he has exclusive rights to any footage, licensing, etc., from anything filmed that has anything to do with this.
What if you offer to film and sell him the footage?
Yeah.
Instead of trying to take the footage for ourselves, we just, get more footage for him.
Yeah, I think that's a way to do it. And then the other clause I was going to have is after his documentary's out, then we can add some some stuff to our hunting show. But after he finishes his after he gets his documentary finished. But yeah, I'll try to work it so that we're along. We get the base pay, then we also get paid for additional footage that we provide to help out with his documentary.
So the next,
Alternatively, you can also tell him that we need to get paid more than what he's offering, and we're out, and know that the Trandoshans are probably going to die trying to kill that thing. And then he'll come back with a better offer.
maybe.
Maybe.
But it's also worth noting that technically, this thing isn't a licensed animal. You guys could go hunt it without his permission, but he knows where it is and all of that jazz. So,
Mr. Mark, can you tell us more about it? I mean, like, have you seen it in real life?
yeah, that footage, that was me holding the camera.
It's carapace on the outside is pretty hard and tough. Right?
Yeah. So before I started filming with the camera, one of the other groups had a old Clone Wars era two-legged walker, ATRT, that's what they're called, and he opened up on it full bore, and the shots just bounced off of its carapace.
Bounced, eh?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of worms like this before? Do you have any idea what it could be?
I don't know for sure, but I've definitely heard of worms like it before. There's a lot of desert worlds where the sands are like an ocean for things like this. And there's a whole ecosystem around what happens underneath the dunes. I have explored underground cave systems and caverns in my capacity as an archaeologist, where I've run into various creatures, but I've never seen anything this size. I've seen creatures that get up to, say, 60, 70 feet before. But this thing was twice that.
It's probably been genetically modified. We've been running into animals that have been changed by some seriously sinister groups. I just don't. I don't think you're going to have very good competition between us two hunting groups with only 2 Trandoshans on the other team.
3.
I reach over and I just smash one's head side of the bar.
Do you really?
No, I wanted to though. That would have been just so cool.
I would have let you do it, but this whole conversation would have taken a whole different tone.
Yeah. I wanted to throw him off a little bit and then throw the Trandoshan thing in there. But no, I just wanted to get more information about the worm, really.
So
it's from a dune, yeah, and I'm pretty sure it is like genetically modified too.
So Mr. Mort's like, I'm not gonna say it's not, but what I am gonna say is that this city was abandoned hundreds of years ago. And I think that this worm and or its progeny or its ancestors are the reason that the city was abandoned. It doesn't necessarily mean there was any genetic modification going in, especially from that long ago. But the other thing is that, like, normally these type of creatures are found in dunes. The city is by the sea, and on the other side is a forest. So it is very different than those I would have encountered before. So one of the important questions that you guys haven't stated yet is, how much are you quoting him for this job?
It's money, man.
Yeah, as I'm trying to remember how much we've been quoted for other jobs. We'll go with $5 grand plus an extra up to an additional 10 grand for the footage that we get.
I think he's off by a factor of 10.
So 50 grand plus up to 100 grand for footage.
This is a giant building creature we're going after.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Yeah. We'll start it at 50 grand up to an additional 100 grand based off of the quality of our footage that we get.
I'm amazed how calm the party was when you said $5 grand.
Oops. For being the dollars and I just got out of prison. My mind's still not right. For dollars and cents,
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you quote him 50 grand for just the kill and 100 grand for rights for you guys to put the footage in your. No, because that's more. So you want 100 grand if you don't have any rights to the footage.
Yeah. A bonus of 100 grand for him using our footage. I guess it can come back down. So 50 grand if he uses our footage, but then after his documentary is released, then we get to put something in our show. That's not way too complicated, is it?
It is, but I think you also need to have an internal conversation of whether or not you're really willing to give him a number for you not having any rights to that footage. Is there a amount of money that you are willing to take for not being able to use that footage ever? I'm willing to bet the rest of the party's going to tell you no.
250K?
Well, no, you already said 100. Like
Okay,
you see, that's why I'm asking. Like you're bouncing all these numbers around, but you're not being real clear about the whole licensing thing. I'm willing to bet that because Hookers is doing a very specific thing for the very specific, like he needs this kind of footage for his show. There is not a number, and I'm only speaking for Kizik because he didn't pipe up, but I don't think there's a number that you can offer where he can say you can't use this footage. And that is a sticking point for him because he wants exclusive rights to this footage. Am I wrong?
Oh no, man. I was just thinking about how I was gonna air it way out in hut space, and there's no way he's ever gonna figure out that I just used the footage anyway. Plus, I'm backed by a hut who wants to be entertained, and he's just a little stupid archaeologist guy. But I'm not gonna say that out loud as my money man is negotiating. I'm gonna just keep them drinks flowing.
How drunk are the Trandoshans?
That's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it is that contracts are the basis of hut society, and they will definitely kill and/or enslave people for violating contracts.
Oh man,
So-
and I'm a guy who knows that. This guy, oh man. But Dane is making the contract.
Yeah, so
we already know you'd send him to prison.
yeah,
Okay.
250K is if we have no rights to this footage whatsoever. And then I guess 100K if we get to use the footage after his show has been aired. And I may be completely horribly calculating time for how long it's going to take to finish his documentary.
Is everyone okay with that offer that he's making?
I mean, he's the one making the contract. So if we break the contract, he's the one to come after. Yeah, I'm good.
I have no problems with it.
You signed that contract, Mr. Dane.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's gonna basically be like, I'll take the 100K option if you can pass your negotiate check. It's gonna be 3 reds.
Well, I guess he's holding down his liquor pretty well.
It's not about holding down the liquor. It's that you guys have made the rash assumption that the people in this room are the only people who have offered to do the job, and that is nowhere near the case.
Yeah.
You guys are treating this like he doesn't have competition. Like there aren't hundreds of people who would do it. And in reality, you guys were just the best offer up until this point.
All right. Do we want to make this dead even, or I've rolled like shit today anyway, so let's lock and load. Unless anybody really wants me to use the light side token.
I don't think it really matters.
All right.
Okay. Well,
Have a lot of rolls like that.
he's going to be like, well, gentlemen, I'll keep your offer in mind, but that is a pretty steep amount of money for the, especially considering I won't have exclusive rights to the footage. So, anyway, don't call me, I'll call you. And thanks for the drinks.
Make loads more money off of the footage. We would off of the archaeologist anyway. I'm gonna try to follow the Trandoshans.
Okay.
Gah, come on.
We're gonna try to follow the Trandoshans.
Yeah, I just want to do some recon. Where do they end up going?
I don't think they're leaving immediately. So, I think that they.
was gonna follow.
Yeah, I mean they've been sleeping at the hostel over here. So they probably would go back there to crash and sleep off their drinks. And if you want to wait for them to sober up, just to move things along. I mean, the next day they're gonna go out and rent some speeders, and they're gonna head off to try to recruit more hunters for the task. I don't know how long you want to follow them.
Yeah, I was gonna kill them in their sleep that first night. That's okay.
Okay, well, you can
It
try
would have
that.
been a terrible idea, though.
I mean, they're in a public hostel, so they're like it's like a barracks that you can pay a few credits to get a bed for the night.
Right.
Wookiee and 4 Trandoshans walk in. A Wookiee and 1 Trandoshan walk out. Weird.
Yeah, it's very strange. I don't think I would get away with it, so I was just contemplating it. I hate Trandoshans.
Even if you killed them all in their sleep, I don't think that would help your situation, Mr. Mort. He'd just be like, all right, well, they're a dime a dozen. I mean, we're in a city full of hunters. Yeah.
Just wanted to shit in their drinks.
Yeah. They did get drunk enough for you to do it. The question is how would you have accomplished that without everyone seeing it?
I really didn't give. I wasn't sure how that was going to work anyway. Like, do I fling poo at them? That just seems too primitive.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have gone a knuckle deep and just dipped it in their drinks.
Oh.
Offer them a chocolate-covered pretzel.
Oh man,
That's such a great movie.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna.
What's our backup plan?
Scope the worm.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to do some research to try to figure out where that city is. Shouldn't be too hard.
It's like a big old global satellite scan and look for an ancient city.
Well,
we could look up Mr. Mort too. He was there. He's already been looking for people.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically search the internet style stuff. While we're in the shopping center, does anyone want to
get some armor?
Yeah.
Can I do the same armor thing that Gar did? Mind doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can do that.
It's just a B-side armor, and then if you go to attachments, you can add an armor. What's it called? An armor.
Armored plate.
Armor insert.
You can actually add that to any armor that has a hard point.
And like no more than. I think you can only add it to the ones that have
How much did it cost you?
$650 total. The beast tired armor is another. I already had that, but that's another $950.
Argon, is there anything you want to grab? You're pretty squishy with a soak of 3.
Well, I did just grab this right here. I don't know about that, but
oh, okay. You did get some armor. So I think
the armor insert's nice because it takes all of the armors that suck and makes them just as good as the laminate.
So this only really brings your defense up by 1, unless you use that hard point for something, because you're already wearing clothing that this would replace. That gives you a soak of 1.
Gotcha. Okay, might not want to do that then. I gotta try and find something else. So
What did he get?
He tried to grab armored clothing. I mean, it's good, but it's there's better things that he could have.
I'm trying to find stuff that can be used for the hard points, but I guess my builder, I downloaded it directly from there, and I'm not using Chris's, so I've got no idea what half this stuff does.
If you that should be in there, even on the generic one. If you go to the armor and you click on it, and you click attachments.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm looking through all the attachments.
If you click on them, they should tell you in the right hand panel what it does.
All right, I'll see if I can get a good one.
Okay, 11:42. We didn't quite make it to doing too much prep. I will say that as you do cursory searches, so we're going to discuss this real quick because I need to move things along. You are going to discover the city that it is, and as you're doing that discovery, one of you is going to trip across this really old article on these things that I just sent in Discord called the Jumpa. And it looks surprisingly similar. So you're relatively certain it's of this family of creature.
It's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it is a bigger version of it.
Just a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
I started Googling, can we find any Lasats to feed it? But turns out those are people.
Oh, that's terrible.
Hey,
that's a
Chris,
great episode. Yes.
you should get
I should get what?
hold on a second. Brain fart. Bodubs. Get Bodubs to get the smuggler's trench coat with the armor insert. Because it only has one soak starting out, so it'd be 2 soak, 3 defense,
Yep, and it has smugglers compartments.
and have smuggler's compartments.
cool. I'll take that.
There's one for sale, I believe.
There is. You just have to get it modded.
Do you know where it's at, or which one?
Should be in
One labeled armor rack.
Ah, okay.
If he hadn't figured it out by the end of the session, when I helped him upgrade his character, we were going to go through it, which we probably still will have to do. Oh, that shut down droid from the Nexu fields is
What wasn't it? It was the smuggler trench coat. Not that. It was.
Yeah, it's a
With trench coat, yes.
yeah,
The
smuggler
Nomad
trench coat.
greatcoat's almost as good, but the smuggler's trench coat's better in your case, just because you can hide shit in it.
Yeah, it's got secret pockets.
Tunnel.
And when you put it in the generator, when we upgrade your actual data sheet, you'll attach. Oh, it doesn't have a. Can it take? It says it doesn't have a hard point. Can it take that?
It should be able to. Hold on, let me double check. My B-side armor didn't have one.
I never tried to do it. Anyway, it's still a good fit for you.
This armor's not going to matter when we get eaten whole.
Yes, it will take the armor insert.
Oh, there you go.
The armor insert can only be put on stuff with less than 2 soak,
Ah,
if I read it properly, which
That-
is
that makes sense.
why I really like it, because suddenly all the armors that I've been upset that yeah, because there's a point where you have to go a certain direction if you're going to improve, otherwise you just stay where you're at. This makes a lot of the other armors cooler.
All right. So I think we're all sorted. You guys have a plan. You have some information, a little bit of light reading on the Wikipedia if you want to. Saying.
All right, guys, I got it. So it says it's a worm. Let's get a bunch of salt.
Maybe we We might be able to. So, like, it attacked that RT, right? So maybe it hunts, sonically and goes after big shit. So we could get like a bunch of rock tumblers and just run them, and that'll lure it up, right? And then you just blow it up when it attacks. No?
I personally love that plan because it's the exact thing that you do to kill the thing in Mass Effect that's very much like this.
Nice. Yeah, get a bunch of rock tumblers, make a bunch of noise, and then when it comes up and eats the rock tumblers, you know, explode it.
I guess theirs is a little bit different because they use giant like seismic hammers, but still.
Ooh. Seismic hammers. Where can we find those?
So in the Mass Effect universe, there are buildings that are specifically designed to lure the worm-like creature that's like this out, and it agitates it into attacking so that you can kill it. But
Yeah.
having vehicles to do it is the same thing. Also, you're making a lot of assumptions on how it hunts, but I think you're making good assumptions. But it's something you're going to look into, and you guys now have access, like basically the information in that article. It's not a very long article, and that information is readily available.
We also know that it's somewhere between the sea and a jungle. We're figuring out where that city was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can look at a map.
Yep. I don't have the world map readily available. Let me check. Everyone done with the shopping map?
I am.
No one objected. Wow, I forgot I had this many maps. I got so many of them. Okay, so I don't have much other than this map for you to look at. Basically, you guys are right around here.
Right around.
Sorry, I clicked a button I shouldn't have clicked. You guys are right around here right now.
Okay.
Okay? The city is on the coastline down here.
Nice.
That's further than you've ever traveled away from where you're at right now by a very significant margin.
All right, nice long haul.
We need spacecraft.
Need
Or
is
just
a
to get a
need is a
space
hard
taxi.
word, but it is that would definitely make it. Knowing someone who had a shuttle that could move you would make this go much faster. With that said, no one with a shuttle in their right mind is going to land there, knowing like that you turn on the news and there's an image of this thing eating things there that are roughly shuttle size.
Right.
So you may have to like get dropped off nearby. Alternately, you can take a road trip in your car. It could make it. Your skiff could make it like over a very long period of time.
Or we lean back out of the booth that we're in and look over at our pirate friend. Hey, man!
Do that too. He's probably going to want a favor though.
Hmm.
And
That's all right. We're gonna have to do things to, get a bunch of rock tumblers and a bunch of explosives. We gotta get all that stuff before we go down there.
Yep. And I'm not gonna lie. If you guys want to put together some technical descriptions of the things that you want, that will help me prep, and that will make it easier for you to implement said things. Because I love technical shit like that, especially specialized vehicles that do fun stuff. So, you want to work on that? You absolutely can. You can commission them to be built and use the engineering rules for building vehicles that is in the engineering book. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I think if we take a mining laser and just shoot that randomly into the ground, that'll make it mad too.
That might be a cool thing to get like frequency straightened out on, right?
So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and end the stream because we're definitely at the post planning section. So thanks everybody in the stream for stopping by, and catch you again next week.